Good afternoon and welcome. It's playoff action here in the opening round of the Class A football playoffs. I'm Craig Keating, glad to join you on both ESPN 1520 AM, KMAV Mayville, Portland, and also on KQLX AM 890 in Lisbon, as Mayport CG is in Wyndmere to take on Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Should be an interesting matchup here. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, record-wise, down in Region 1, they finished the year 6-2 on the season. Mayport CG, 4-4 record on the year, and they are the number 3 seed out of Region number 2. So it's a Region 1 versus a Region 2 matchup here. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood took the number 2 seed from Region 1. Mayport CG, number 3 seed from Region 2. Taking a look here, first off, at how these teams got to this point. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, they opened their season at Thompson, and it ended up being a battle there as Thompson would be all knotted up with Wyndmere-Lidgerwood at the end of regulation, and Wyndmere-Lidgerwood would come up with the win, 28-26 in double overtime. That's a common opponent. Mayport CG played Thompson back on the 23rd of September at Thompson as well, and Thompson ran away with it 38-7. So if you look at that common opponent, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood beat Thompson in double overtime, and Mayport CG lost to Thompson by 31 points. But you kind of throw that away when you get here in the playoffs. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, their 2 losses come to Wishick-Ashley and Linton, Hazelden, Moffett, Braddock. Wishick-Ashley won 34-8, and Linton, Hazelden, Moffett, Braddock won 33-7 over Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. The Warriors also had a close 19-18 defeat over Steele Dawson, Tappan, Tuttle, Pettibone. And they've kind of run away with a few of their wins, their other wins this season. So Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, they are 6-2 on the year. Mayport CG, 4-4 record, as I mentioned. They opened their year with Hatton Northwood, losing 14-8. Of course, the Thunder from Hatton Northwood, they jumped up to Class AA football this year, and they are in the AA playoffs starting a week from today. The Patriots defeated Larimore at home 24-18 in the second game of the year. Then Mayport CG shut out Griggs County Central Finley Sharon 41-0. Cavalier gave Mayport CG their second loss on the year and their first loss in region play, as Cavalier won that game 34-12. And then it was that Thompson defeat of Mayport CG that I was talking about, 38-7 back on the 23rd of September. Patriots went up to Park River, lost 30-14. And then Mayport CG closed out the year with a couple of home games. They won them both, 28-14 over Northern Cass and 55-6 over Midway Minto. So Mayport CG 4-4 on the year, and they are here in Wyndmere for the opening round of the Class A football playoffs. So throughout the state, here are the matchups in Class A first round action. Linton is hosting Larimore today. That's a 2:30 kickoff. Park River will host Lemoore, Litchfield, Marion, Verona at 2:30, and that's up at Park River. As we mentioned here, Mayport CG at Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Now the winner of this game gets the winner of the Cavalier-Steele Dawson matchup. Cavalier, the number 1 seed out of Region 2, and Mayport CG already met them and lost in that one. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, I know they would like to get a shot at Cavalier. Mayport CG would like to get them a second time. Belva Sawyer is hosting Bowman County today. Killdeer hosts North Border. Stanley Powers Lake is at Harvey, and Langdon is at Williams County in Ray. So those are the matchups in the first round of the Class A football playoffs. We do have interviews with both of our coaches here, Scott Stringy, coach of the Wyndmere-Lidgerwood Warriors, and Mike Bradner, coach of the Mayport CG Patriots. Our coaches' interviews are brought to you on KMAV by VW Motors Incorporated in Cooperstown, and we'll bring you our first interview right now.
Talking on the pregame show with Mike Bradner, coach of the Mayport CG Patriots, and the big playoff game coming up here on this Saturday against Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. We'll talk about them in a moment, but you guys, you closed out the season, I thought, on a very high note. You went into the last 2 weeks, you needed at least one win. You actually got 2 wins to secure the number 3 seed. And right now the guys, I think, are playing well and playing in that frame of mind that they know that they've got to take care of it a game at a time.
That's right, and it's been a game at a time, all year, and certainly that couldn't be more true now. And our playoffs basically started against Northern Cass, like you said a couple of weeks ago. We couldn't afford to lose either of those final last two games, and then now it's kind of do or die. So our guys are responding well, and I think we're kind of hitting our stride, hopefully, and we'll be ready to make a little run here.
And hopefully, and it sounds like that for the first time in a few weeks, you're going to have everybody ready to go.
We should be pretty good. We've been banged up since about midway through the season, and it's a game of attrition. I think we're back on our feet, and we were able to overcome some of that adversity with some of our guys sitting and injured and a variety of different things. But that's what football's all about, and that's what high school sports is about. We're in a brand new season now. We're able to put all of the adversity from the season behind us now and get ready and get excited about this new season.
In a way, maybe it kind of helped you out in some regards. I mean, obviously, maybe you dropped a couple of games you didn't want to, but you get to this point now, you've got some guys that are maybe a little more versatile, and you can maybe do a few more things.
Well, that's exactly right, and I know we've talked several times about David Fury. I think that's one of the biggest areas that it's allowed is for David Fury to develop more into as a running back, and for him to be able to carry the load a little bit and share that with Chad. So I think that it has helped our depth to some degree, and on the line as well. We've had some of those younger guys in there that have developed into some pretty decent linemen.
Then you got a couple, like Brandon Harper said, that comes out who hasn't played football, and, a guy that maybe should have been playing, but he didn't, but he came out this year, and he's been able to help you out.
He really has, and it's been great to see that development. And Cody Nessett's another one. Cody hadn't played football before either, and both of those guys as seniors have developed throughout the season, and now they're have really turned the corner here, and they're going to help us out quite a bit.
And I thought in talking to the Wyndmere-Lidgerwood coach, he was talking about your different guys and Luke Lorenz, and sometimes we don't forget Luke, but he was impressed by how calm Luke is, and Luke he can pretty much throw the ball where you want him to throw it.
He's very accurate, and Luke has really progressed this year, and he had a season under his belt last year as a sophomore, and it's always going to be difficult for a sophomore, but Luke handled that very well and has really developed into one of the better quarterbacks in the state. I think he's right there with, put him up against anybody, and we give him a little bit of time. His accuracy is there. He's and that's a lot of fun to see. We can get some of our receivers open, and like I said, give them a little bit of time. Our line has developed over the year. We started out as a very young line, and that was very apparent that first game against Hatton Northwood, who had a very experienced line, and a lot of people were looking at that game and were questioning how we were going to be this year. But you look back, Hatton Northwood, they're a very solid team this year, and I think that surprised a lot of people, and so I think that helped us early with that game and in the development of our line especially.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You look back in hindsight, this first game of the year, Hatton Northwood goes on, they finish 7-2, and really had a chance to maybe finish higher than third. I mean, they played the top two teams in that AA East region very tough. So you look at what you guys did to a team that's beaten several teams by much more than what they did you. I mean, really now when you look back at that, was maybe not such a bad loss. That's
exactly right, and I've shared that with the guys, and we had some adversity certainly against Thompson. We had a number of kids that were injured. That's really the height of our season, where we had our adversity, our injury problems, and those things. And certainly the Cavalier game, I think the kids played very well against an outstanding Cavalier team, and then Park River, we were right in that game too. So I feel pretty good about our season, the way it's progressed and developed, and that's what it's all about, and is getting yourselves ready for this part of the season and see if you can put a little run together.
Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, the first-round opponent, by finishing 3, you have to go down there, and they're a team that, whatever class they've been in, they've been going back and forth a lot, it seems, between 9-man and 11-man. You're going to get a game, and it seems like year in and year out, they're always right there in the playoffs.
Yeah, finishing number 2 down there in the South. They're a very, very dangerous team. They're very explosive on the offensive side of the ball, and on defense, they're very physical and fly to the ball well. So they're going to be a very tough first-round opponent for us. But there aren't any there aren't any easy opponents in the playoffs, and we've been sharing with our younger guys that haven't had playoff experience that now it's time. You got to take your game to a different level. There's no taking plays off, and the guys that were in the playoffs the last couple of years, they certainly know that. And that's something I wanted to mention too, is that this senior class this is actually their 4th year of playoff experience. So we feel pretty good about that. And these guys haven't missed a year of the playoffs, and it's going to be fun to see how that experience helps them out.
Well, that's just it, because, like you said, every play, turnovers become even larger. I mean, everything just becomes a little bit larger when you get into the playoffs.
Yeah, everything is magnified, that's for sure. And a team like Wyndmere-Lidgerwood is dangerous as they are. They're going to capitalize on mistakes, so we've got to limit those mistakes and also, when we get opportunities, take advantage of those as well.
Well, in Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, they can look at game tape, but if you finally get everybody back healthy and the different things you've learned they can do, you've now got a chance to do some things that people, at least for this game, maybe haven't seen you do before.
Well, that's the thing, and I know Wyndmere-Lidgerwood has a number of our tapes, but they're probably wondering. It looks like I think they've got maybe three tapes on us that we shared with them in our tape exchange, and it looks like probably 3 very different teams on the field those times. So it's going to be tough for them to prepare for us. We've got a number of kids and that we can go to as well. I mentioned that Wyndmere-Lidgerwood is very dangerous, and I think it's a very good matchup. Both teams, a lot of similarities. Both teams like to throw the ball a little bit. Depends on the weather whether that we're going to be able to do that or not. And like I mentioned earlier, we've got a number of kids that can carry the ball very effectively for us. David Fury has developed into a very solid running back, and getting Chad back, Chad's got to be one of the top. I would put him right there in one of the top 3 running backs in our region if he's healthy all year, and certainly got to give that edge to Matt Anderson. But Chad's right up there, and right after Matt, he's as dangerous as you get in our region. So that with the balance of David Fury, and we got quickness of Jordan Flayton, and then Ryan Baldock is going to grind out some tough yards for you. He's a hard-nosed runner.
Well, we're talking on a Friday afternoon. I was just looking at the weather as you brought that up, and they're saying mostly cloudy, maybe some light snow or rain showers, mixed 40 to 45 with a high, 10 to 20 wind. Well, for that time of year, that's not that bad for this time of the year.
No, we actually got to feel pretty good about it for this time of the year. We're able to get out and practice on our regular practice field and not have to adjust too much for practice at all. And all we've been really fortunate this year as far as weather goes for the football season. It's been really good for us, and as coming up here from Arizona, I don't mind that too much.
I hear you there. Well, Mike, I want to thank you for the time, and it's great that I think everybody's going to be healthy this week, and I think it's going to be a pretty good football game.
Yeah, I invite everybody to get out here, support the Patriots. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And good luck to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Dan.
Mike Bradner with us, coach of the Mayport CG Patriots.
And we'll come back and we'll get to our interview with Wyndmere-Lidgerwood coach Scott Stringy right after this 30-second timeout.
He's on the pregame show. Scott Stringy, coach of the Wyndmere-Lidgerwood Warriors football team. Playoffs coming up here. You're going to play Mayport CG. Talk about that in a moment. But pretty good season for you guys this year, Scott.
Yeah, we ended the season 6-2, 5-2 in the region. So we ended up second in the region. And one of our goals was to make the playoffs. And as we got going through the season, we thought we might have a chance to host a playoff game. So that ended up being a goal for us. And we've battled through injuries and a lot of adversity all year. We don't have a lot of kids on the team, but we do have some good quality on the team. We've had a lot of close games. We've had the 2 losses we did lose. We lost pretty big, but the kids were able to bounce back and learn from those mistakes. So as far as we feel fortunate. We were hoping that we could have this kind of season. We thought we could, but you just don't know when you start the season with 23 kids.
Yeah, it's very, very true. And it looked like that region this year. You guys had quite a race to the finish as to who was going to be 1, 2, 3, and even 4.
Yeah, it was a region where 1 through 6, or even 1 through 7, any of us could beat each other. and it did happen through the course of the year. And then we had it must have been a 4-way tie for second going into the last week, and there were so many scenarios. There's three pages of scenarios of what could happen, and you could go from like Wishick, they had a chance of being region champs, and they ended up not even making the playoffs in one game, and they lost by a touchdown. So there was a lot of parity in our league, in our region, and it was one of those, it was a season where basically every game was much like a playoff game. So it was, if you didn't bring your A game, you were going to put yourself in a bad hole right away. So I guess you had to be on edge the whole time.
Oh, you bet. Now, you guys were a 9-man last year, weren't you?
Yeah, we were 9-man last year. We get bounced around quite a bit with, every time they change the numbers and that, we seem to move up and down. But, football's football. You gotta block, you gotta tackle, and you gotta, take care of the little things. And, it's one of those deals where most of the kids had played 11-man at some time, either in junior high or freshman and sophomore years. So it wasn't something that was brand new to them. But, the last time we were in 11-man, we went 7-2 or 7-3 total with a first-round loss in the playoffs. So we knew we could compete.
Right. Well, but 23 players be more workable on 9-man and give you a little more depth than it does in 11-man football.
Yeah, it's not real conducive to the 11-man game. We lost our starting quarterback the second series of the season against Thompson, and we're on our third fullback right now, and all those guys play both ways. So our depth is we don't have any depth. So the kids, it's Iron Man football all the way.
Sure. What have been the strengths? What are the things that you guys do well?
I guess we score a lot of points. We've got good skilled kids, and in our offensive line, there was only one returning starter, and they've just gotten better and better through the course of the year. And I guess we got one of the better quarterbacks in the state, and in the region or whatever, and he's a playmaker. And on defense, I got my defensive coordinator Murray Anderson. You got him back this year, and he's really helped out our defense a lot. Because we go in, week out, usually, outmanned or oversized, and out. They got more athletes than us, but he gets a good game plan usually going, and the kids, they buy into the system. So I'd say, and then I think the one thing you can't measure with these kids, and I see a lot of it with Mayport too, is just their heart, their desire. You can't physically measure that. And we've had a lot of adversity. We had a couple funerals earlier this year, and they played the next day. They found a way to, and they won the game too. And we had a lot of games where we had to come from behind. Last week, we were down 6-0 going against Kindred, and Kindred probably has the most athletic team in the region, and we were able to put 20 points in the third quarter and then 13 in the fourth quarter. So they bounced back again, and I just, it's this season's been a lot of fun. A lot of stress with, little injuries and things like that, but just the way the kids address week in, week out practice, it makes it really enjoyable.
Oh, it sounds like it. Now, you mentioned Mayport CG and their kids, they battled some injuries this year too. What are some of your thoughts, some of your concerns on playing them?
Well, I look at Mayport CG and I see just, talent across the board. I see a lot of team speed, and you get in the playoffs, it seems like, the teams that have the speed, they do better, and they've got a nice defense, and one of the premier running backs in the state, what I see anyway, and what I've heard from tape and things like that, he plays real well, and then the quarterback is, calm and throws great balls, 50, 60-yard balls right on the money. So, and then they got a, go-to receiver and with that number 3, and you know, and he's not the only receiver. You know, they got a lot of good receivers, and their line is solid. You know, I guess they probably fought through some injuries too, and they seem to be gelling pretty well right now too. So, you know, it's one of those games where we know that they are capable of scoring a lot of points in a hurry, and you know, they got the big play offense, and that's something that we're, you know, hopefully going to be able to make them earn everything. But you know, they definitely have those guys that can have the breakaway speed. And
it sounds like the defensive coordinator, you probably got him working on a lot of things for you.
Yeah, he's losing a lot of sleep this week. So.
That's all right. That's good for you, right? Yeah, that's very true. Well, you know, you get in the playoffs, and you expect a tough game. You know, the way it's set up, they take the top 4 teams, and you start playing the 2s and the 3s against each other. You never really know what's going to happen.
No, you have no idea. I guess we played Thompson early in the season, and you know, you really don't know. You know, it's hard because you don't know these kids. You know, you don't. You know, teams in the area, you know, their kids growing up and everything, and that same thing with our region. It's hard to, you know, really know how fast or how strong or how physical a team is until you actually play them. So yeah, you know, it makes the playoffs it makes you, you know, that's the reason you coach. That's the reason you play. You know, for the excitement of getting in. You know, you just want to get in and then let the chips fall.
You mentioned you played at Thompson. I believe you won that game in overtime, and then Thompson later in the year beats Mayport CG rather handily. But you can't go off of scores like that. You just got to be ready and go out and play the game.
No, our kids aren't going to buy into that at all. You know, we won in double overtime against Thompson, and they had us down 2 scores with about 4 or 5 minutes left in the game, and then they had us down 8 points with a little over 2 minutes, and we were on our own 3-yard line and scored with 6 seconds left. So, you know, that's the way to start the season. I guess that was a microcosm of what our season was going to be like. You know, a lot of games where we didn't know what it was going to be like till the end. But yeah, you can't judge anything by scores because there, you know, like I said with the parity, there's a lot of, you see it in even the division higher than us. You see Hatton Northwood, you know, knocking off Oak Grove, and Oak Grove knocking off Lisbon. So it's across the board. I guess it's been a real exciting year for the high school, you know, football fans.
Yeah, it should be interesting. Well, Scott, I want to thank you for the time, and we're looking forward to the game on Saturday.
Well, we appreciate your coverage.
Thanks, Scott. Scott Strenge with us, coach of the Wyndmere-Lidgerwood Warriors.
Glad to have you along, both on ESPN 1520 AM, KMAV Mayville, Portland, and on KQLX AM 890 in Lisbon. I'm Craig Keating. Our engineers back at the stations. Back at KMAV, it's Jason and Chris. Back at KQLX, our engineers this afternoon. Mayport CG won the coin flip. They deferred, and they will be kicking it off to Wyndmere-Lidgerwood to start this ball game. Take a look at the lineups here, brought to you in KMAV by the Goose River Bank of Mayville and Hillsboro. Let's take a look at Mayport CG defensively, as they will be on defense to start it off. Patriots are 4-4 on the year. These are the expected starters. There could be some changes. They'll go on the defensive line with Troy Dale, 6', 225 on a sophomore. Darrell Call, a 6', 210-pound junior. Troy Grindy, 5'11", 230-pound junior. Brandon Harpestead, 6'4", 215, and a senior. Linebackers, Kevin Gershevsky, 6', 175 pounds, and a senior. Chad Rakowski, 5'10", 175, and a senior. Brian Baldock, 5'8", 175, and a junior. And David Fury, 5'9", 180, and a senior. Cornerbacks, Brady Broughton, 6'2", 160, and a senior. Jordan Flake, 5'7", 135, and a junior. And the safeties are Luke Loren, 6'3", 185, and a junior, and Cody Nessa, a 5'11", 180-pound senior. Mayport CG is coached by Mike Bradner, assisted by Eric Nygaard and Brian Awney, and the student coaches are Dave Smith and Adam Erickson. Take a look at the offense for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, 6-2 on the year. The running backs are Chris McKay, 5'7", 145, and a sophomore, and Zach Pitts, 5'9", 165-pound sophomore. The wide receivers, Greg Hollebuck, 6'2", 180, and a senior. Jake Hoppert, 5'10", 140, and a junior. And Cole Duncan is a tight end, 6'2", 195, and a junior. On the offensive line, Seth Engberg, 6'1", 238, and a senior. Bryce Knaus, a 6', 200-pound junior. Brad Ilias, 6'1", 230, and a senior. Brock Hasse, a 5'11", 185 junior. And Joe Bush, 5'11", 240, and a senior. The quarterback for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood is Tyler Keenan. He's a senior, 5'10", 180 pounds. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood is coached by Scott Strenge and assisted by Murray Anderson, Troy Wittenberg, Joe Wittenberg, and Jamie Worth. And those are the lineups brought to you in KMAV by the Goose River Bank, Mayville, Hillsborough, and Hatton. We're going to have the national anthem, and we'll get ready for football on both KMAV and KQLX in 2 minutes. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood breaks out of the huddle. Mayport CG still talks things over. Now they will get their starters out onto the field. Mayport CG to kick it off to Wyndmere-Lidgerwood as we get things underway here this afternoon. Opening round of the Class A 11-man football playoffs from Wyndmere on ESPN 1520 AM, KMAV Mayville, Portland, and on KQLX AM 890 in Lisbon. Troy Dale will kick it off for the Patriots. Mayport CG wearing their white tops, the blue pants, red helmets. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood wearing the maroon tops and the yellow pants. Warriors get their guys back there. Keenan, Hollebuck, and Hofford are the return men, as Troy Dale will kick it off to get things going here in the opening round of the playoffs. End over end, deep kick. And it's going to take a hop, picked up by Hofford, and still running. Now he's brought down about the 30-yard line. Luke Lorenz is in on the play. Also, Cody Am was in there. So we're underway here. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Warriors at their own 31. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood breaks out of the huddle. And they'll set up here with 4 receivers, 2 on each side of the field. Man in motion to the left side. They hand it off to the left side. Trying to turn the corner and brought out of play was Hollebuck. Brady Broughton will bring him out of play. Football will be sent at about the 36, so about a 5-yard carry. 2nd and 5 here for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. And they go with the man in motion here. They have 2 receivers. High formation, handoff up the middle, and they're going to have the first down up to about the 45 is Dusty Vosberg. And they'll set it down at the 46-yard line, so a gain of about 10 yards. Vosberg is a 5'6", 170-pound sophomore. So it's 1st and 10 here for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Ball's at their own 46. And they go twins on each side now, man in motion. Set up in the I, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Keenan hands it off again, Vosberg, and it'll be brought down by Troy Dale at about the 50-yard line. So at about midfield here. And they'll set the football with the nose of it up at the 50-yard line. So it's 2nd down and about 6 to go at midfield. Vosberg 2 carries, 14 yards here so far. High formation, 2 receivers on this play, 1 on each side. Man in motion to the left side is Hollebuck. And it's handed off, and they wrap him up in the backfield. Brought down in the backfield is McKay. Ryan Baldock got in there for the tackle. Chris McKay, the running back, was brought down for a loss of a yard. Down to the 49. His first carry. 3rd and 7 to go. Football is at the Wyndmere-Lidgerwood 49-yard line. Warriors break out of the huddle. No score here, just underway. 10:15 to go in the first quarter. 2 receivers again, 1 wide left, 1 short right. Now that receiver on the right goes in motion left side. And the quarterback keeps it himself, gets tripped up, and he's brought down. Chad Rakowski put the hit on to trip it up, and then Ryan Baldock and David Fury got in there to finish the job. And they will put the football near the 47 of the Patriots, so it's a gain of about 4 yards. Quarterback Tyler Keenan kept it himself. 4th down and a long 2. See what the Warriors decide to do. They're not very far into Patriot territory, just 3 yards past midfield. Well, look at this. They're going to go for it. 4 receivers. Back to throw it, Keenan. Pass to the left, in and out, and then it's caught. And I think they got the first down. David Fury had his arms around Chris McKay in midair. McKay had the ball in his hands, out of his hands, and then back in as he came down with it, and they're going to have to measure. But I think he might have had the first down there. Awfully close, but they will measure. Where he actually had it in the first place would have been a first down, but then David Fury had him up in the air, bringing him back, and he didn't have control of it till he was down just past the Patriot 45. Oh, my. Just enough. And they had the first down by the nose of the football. That's about as close as it gets, so break there for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. They get the completed pass. Only about a 2-yarder. That one was caught by McKay. Ball is at the Patriot 44 on 1st and 10. Man in motion on the left side, high formation here, fake handoff. Now they go the other way. And Kevin Grishetsky's got his man wrapped up, brought down at the 45 of Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. That would be a loss of 11 yards. Actually, where they spot it might only be 10. But they got Greg Hollebuck way back there in the backfield. And a big loss. They'll set it down at about the 46-yard line of Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Loss of 10 on the play. 2nd and 20 for the Warriors. Kevin Grishetsky was able to break through and get him for a 10-yard loss. They go 4 receivers here. Man in motion is Hollebuck to the left side. And it off up the middle. Big hole here. And Vosberg gets drilled at about the Patriot 48 by Chad Rakowski. Jordan Flayton was the first one to kind of get him down there, and then Rakowski put the last hit on him. Football will be at about the 48 of the Patriots. That's a gain of about 7. 3rd and 13. Three carries so far for Vosberg. 21 yards on the ground, unofficially averaging 7 a carry. So 3rd and about 13 here. Ball is near the Patriot 47. 2 receivers, I formation, and a man in motion. And now we have a flag, and it's a delay of game penalty on Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. So they'll lose 5 here. Our first penalty of the afternoon. So 3rd and about 18. The football is back on the Warriors side of the field at about their own 47. 3rd and about 18 to go. Again, 4 receivers. 1 man in the backfield. Hollebuck in motion to the left side. And now the quarterback takes himself left side. He got tripped up, I think. Might have knocked into his own man, Vosberg, as he was trying to set up as a blocker, and he was brought down at around midfield by Troy Dale. That'll be a gain of about 3. So the cornerback, Keenan, kept it a couple of times, total of 7 yards on the ground. 4th down and about 15, 16 yards to go. So now they're set up in a punt formation. Patriots could get the ball here for the first time. 6:47 to go in the first quarter. And now we have a flag before the play even gets going. Ball start here on Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, so a 5-yard loss. 2nd penalty on the Warriors. 2 penalties, 10 yards altogether on this first drive for the Warriors. It's now 4th down and 21. Back at the 45 of the Warriors. And they're set up in a punt formation. There's the snap. And they get the punt away. It's a short punt, and this one is going to be out of play. Let's see where they spot the ball exactly. But Mayport CG will get the football. 6:34 to go in the first quarter, and the Patriots will be on offense for the first time. And they're going to have the ball up around the 36, 37. About the 37. That's where Mayport CG will start their first drive. They go with Luke Lorenz at quarterback. Chad Rakowski is in a running back spot along with Ryan Baldock and Jordan Flayton. They go with 3 backs in the I, 2 receivers. Receivers are Grishewski to the right, Fury to the left side. Lorenz under center. Pitch back. Rakowski has some blockers. 40, 45. Big hit there as he leaned forward and is knocked out of play at about the 45-yard line. It's going to be a gain of about 8. Dusty Bosberg was the one that helped push him out of play. So about an 8-yard gain for Chad Rakowski. Patriots up the line here at their own 45 on 2nd and 2. 3 backs in the I, 2 receivers. Fury and Broughton are the receivers on this one. Handed off. Rakowski trying to push his way through, and he's brought down right back at the line of scrimmage by a whole host of Warriors. I think a few guys are in on that one. Joe Bush, Seth Engberg was in there. A couple others. No gain, still at the 45-yard line. Rakowski 2 carries for a total of 8 yards. 6:04 to go on the clock rolling in the opening quarter. No score here from Wyndmere. Lost backfield here, 2 receivers. Lorenz hands it off, left side plate, and he's got some room. He's up to midfield. Now he goes for the right side, 45, down to the 40, cuts left, and he's tripped up at the 35. First down, Mayport CG. Big run there by Jordan Flayton. So Mayport CG would get the first down, and they're going to set it at the 33 of Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. 22 yards on the run by Jordan Flayton. So first and 10 for Mayport CG. They go with the receivers to the left side here as they're on the left hash mark. And a shotgun, and they hand it off to David Fury. He'll be brought down around the 30-yard line as he got tugged on the jersey from behind and then brought down. And he'll be at the 30, 2nd and 7. 3-yard gain by David Fury. So 2nd down, 7 to go at the 30-yard line. Patriots break out of the huddle. Mayport CG up to the line. Broughton, the receiver left side. Grishewski's wide right. 3 men in the backfield. A lot of shifting defensively by Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Hand off to Rakowski, and he'll be brought down. A whole bunch of Warriors are in on that play. Joe Bush was kind of the first guy that wrapped him up. Gain of 1 to the 29. 3 carries, 9 yards for Chad Rakowski. 4:35 to go in the first quarter. No score here. Mayport CG with the football at the Wyndmere-Lidgerwood 29 on 3rd and 6. Again, 2 receivers. Back to throw, Lorenz. Not much time. Throws a deep bomb to David Fury with 3-man coverage, and it is incomplete. But that was nearly picked off by one of the Warriors, and David Fury knocked him down. That was a 3-on-1. David Fury against 3 Warriors, and an incomplete pass as it'll be 4th down and 6 to go at about the 29 of the Warriors. First attempted pass for Luke Lorenz. So on 4th down, they'll go for it as they have good field position here. 2 receivers, again with 3 men in the backfield. Man in motion is Rakowski to the right side. Screen pass, caught by Rakowski, 30, and gets inside the 25 and is brought out of play. Got pushed way out of play. And I think they're going to have a first down here. And it will be a first down for the Patriots. So a nice job by Mayport CG. They put Rakowski in motion to the right. And then they go for that short screen pass, and Rakowski takes off with it over to the 22-yard line. Gain of about 7. They needed 6. So first and 10 at the 22 of Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. They go twins left, twins right as well. Handed off, Baldock to the left side, gets to the 20, cutting left, 15, 10, 5, dives in, and he's in for the touchdown. From about 22 yards out, Ryan Baldock, he had to go laterally along the 20-yard line for a ways, and then he cut left and takes it all the way in. With 4:04 to go, Oh, now they're going to say that he was knocked out.
At the 4-yard line.
Oh, they'll say he was out at the 4. One man called touchdown, and he ended up out of bounds. So it'll be an 18-yard run for Ryan Baldock. Well, he had to go laterally to the left for a while, and then he cut in out of play at the 4, so it's still no score here. They're at the 4-yard line, set up 3 men in the backfield, set up in an I. Hand off to the tailback. Rakowski tripped up back around the line of scrimmage. And he's brought down at about the 5, I believe.
Loss of 2 on the play. Brings up second and
So he loses a yard.
5 to goal. Second and goal from the 5.
So it's ball at the 5, second and goal. So again, the Patriots nearly come up with a touchdown, and now they're trying to finish it off here. 3.5 minutes to go, first quarter. 3 backs set up in the I again. Lorenz going to his right, trying to turn the corner, dives ahead, and he's down around the 4. Brought down by Vosberg. So they maybe gained a yard, or will they set it back at the 5? Looks to be no gain. No gain by Lorenz. Ball at about the 5-yard line on 3rd and goal. So the Patriots trying to get on the board. Baldock had that big run, dove into the end zone, but was out of play at the 4. They run up to the line. Receiver to the left side. Lorenz under center. Back to throw is Lorenz. Looking around in trouble. Pass deep to the left side, and it's thrown out of reach of everyone toward the left corner, and Chad Rakowski is the intended man. So it'll be 4th and goal here. And the Patriots are going to switch out a bunch of players. Harry Lipsey's going to come in on the line. A couple other guys will come in on the line. It looks like they're going to go for a field goal. And it will be Ross Olson to kick. I can't remember if the Patriots have had a field goal this year. Not normally a team that will go for the field goal. There's the snap, and the kick is up, and the kick is right down the middle. He was on the right hash mark and had to curve it left, and he got it through. 2:34 to go, first quarter. Mayport CG up 3-0. We'll come back with the kickoff in 30 seconds. Well, Mayport CG gets on the board here. 2:34 to go in the first quarter. It was about a 22-yard field goal off the leg of Ross Olson. Mayport CG goes up 3-0. 2:34 to go first quarter. Patriots were very close to getting a touchdown as Baldock ran it for 18 yards, but then was stopped. Patriots kick it off here. Deep kick taken at about the 5 by Hollenbeck, up to the 10, 15, 20. And now trying to cut to the left at the 25 and gets pushed around. Brought down near the 28, 29-yard line.
Tackled by Gerald Call.
Score update from 9-man playoff action out at Napoleon. It's Napoleon Gackle Streeter leading Hillsboro 12-0. That game is on KMAV 105.5 FM. Ball about the 28-yard line, 1st and 10 for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. The Warriors will get up to the line. Twins left, twins right. Back to throw is Keenan. And he'll throw deep to the left side. In and out. A handoff picked off by Brady Broughton. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. Cuts to the right, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, but we have a flag. There is a flag, and they might call interference on Broughton.
But there is a flag on the play.
Again, there's a flag, and it's back around the 46, right where it got picked off. And this might be a pass interference penalty on Broughton. So he takes it all the way back. Yep, pass interference on Brady Broughton of the Patriots, so you can wave off the touchdown, and the ball will stay with Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Broughton hit him just a tad early. If he would have waited a little bit longer, but if he waits any longer, it would have been caught. It was very close to being caught over there on the left side. So football is up now at the 44-yard line, which means they must have started at the 29, not the 28, 15-yard penalty. on Mayport CG. Pass interference. 1st and 10 for the Warriors, up at their own 44. With 2:15 to go first quarter. Mayport CG leads 3-0. Back to throw is Keenan. Now in trouble, and he's wrapped up, brought down by Darryl Call. Boy, Darryl Call, he's come up big this season for Mayport CG on the line. He was kind of banged up there around the middle of the season, but he gets a big sack right there. And it's going to be a loss of 6 down to the 38-yard line. So Keenan has kept the ball 3 times for 1 yard. Quarterback sacked by Call. And it's now 2nd and 16. Again, they go with 4 receivers. 1 man in the backfield behind the quarterback, Keenan. Back to throw. Quick pass left side. It's caught at the 38 and brought down quickly right at the line of scrimmage.
Pass complete from Keating.
Back at the
No gain on the play. Brings up
38, Cole Duncan is brought down. His first catch. And Cody Nessa to the tackle. Actually, they do give him about 1 yard. Keenan, 2 completions, 3 yards unofficially. And they get up the line here on 3rd and 15 at their own 39. 2 receivers, I formation, 2 in the backfield behind the quarterback, Keenan. Hands it off here. And cutting the right side is McKay, brought down from behind by David Fury at about the 45-yard line.
tackled by David Fury.
Gain of 6 on the run. So 2 carries by McKay, totaling 5 yards. 37 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Bayport CG has a 3-0 lead on Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Warriors are on 4th down, as it's 4th and 9 at their own 45. They get set to punt. They do have the quarterback Keenan set up, though, in case of a fake, but they will snap for the punt. Duncan gets the punt away, hits the 31 of the Patriots, and it rolls out of play around the 31-yard line with 13 seconds to go in the first quarter. So Mayport CG has stopped the Warriors on their first 2 drives in this one, and the Patriots will start at their own 31-yard line, 1st and 10. Patriots on their first drive score on a 22-yard field goal by Ross Olson. Now a chance to add on to that total. Patriots start their first drive at their own 37. This time they're at their own 31. 13 seconds to go first quarter. 2 receivers. Blayton to the right, Broughton to the left. And the handoff goes to Rakowski up the middle, pushes past the 35 and is brought down by Cole Duncan. That's going to run out the clock in the first quarter. 1 complete on the Culligan Water of Hillsborough scoreboard. Mayport CG 3, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood nothing. We'll get ready for the second quarter in 1 minute here on KMAV and KQLX. Mayport CG will have the ball 2nd and 4 at their own 37 as we get ready to start the second quarter. Mayport CG outscored Wyndmere-Lidgerwood 3-0 in the first quarter. Patriots scoring on a 22-yard field goal by Ross Olson. Patriots get up to the line here. So we come up toward the top of the hour, minute before 2. This is ESPN 1520 AM, KMAV Mayville, Portland, and KQLX AM 890 Lisbon. Pitch back, Rakowski trying to find some room, and now the ball's loose. And I think the Warriors might have this one. Looked like it went through the hands of one of the Warriors. Do they have it or not? Nope, Patriots were at the bottom of the pile. Who came up with that? That was Luke Lorenz. So the quarterback Lorenz with the save. It's a loss of about 3 yards, and it's now 3rd and 7. So on 3rd and 7. Fake handoff, back to throw. Lorenz up the middle, and it's knocked down by Tyler Keenan, intended for Jordan Flayton, but Keenan with the diving stop, and he tips that one away. So the quarterback of Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, Tyler Keenan, knocks it away, trying to help out his own cause here, and it's now 4th down. Patriots are going to have to punt. And for Luke Lorenz, he is now 1 for 3 passing for a total of 7 yards. Mayport CG has pretty much gotten it done on the ground game so far. 11-12 to go in the first half. Slayton will punt, and there's the punt. And it comes down to the 40-yard line up to the 45. Now Hollebeck cuts to the right midfield. 45, only a couple men to beat, down to the 40, and he's brought down by Chad Rakowski. Huge return by Greg Hollebeck. So Wyndmere-Lidgerwood's going to have the ball in Patriot territory, only a couple of yards from where the Patriots punted. The ball's going to be at the 36 of Mayport CG. So Wyndmere-Lidgerwood with a chance to get on the board, trailing 3-0. As they are 36 yards from the end zone. Twins left, Twins right as well. One man in the backfield. Keenan one step back, pass the left, and his man didn't see it, but McKay still makes the catch. McKay was not looking, and he turns around. The ball is right at his hand. He sticks his hand out, and with the one hand, able to hang on to it for a great catch. And they're going to pick up about 4 yards here. Second and about 6 to go. Long 6, just about 7. That'll be about 2nd and 7. Gain of about 3 on the reception by Chris McKay. He's caught 2 for 5 yards. Handed off to the right side. McKay finds some room across the 30, 25, and ooh, there's got to be a face mask there. That was definitely a face mask penalty on Mayport CG. So we're going to tack on some yards to this one. And I'm not quite sure who had the face mask, but I did see somebody grab and yank it down. A couple of Patriots, I think, were saying that it was the collar and not the face mask. Ball's at about the 18. So a gain of about 10 for McKay. And then a 5-yard penalty. And it looks like we have a timeout. 10:13 to go in the first half. 3-0 Mayport CG at the lead. I believe it was a Patriot timeout. We'll come back in a minute. Patriots took the timeout. And on the first play after the timeout, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood's going to lose a yard on a carry by Tyson Skillings. Skillings is a 5'8" senior, 165 pounds. So a loss of 1. Ball at the Patriot 19 on 2nd and 11 for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. They're deep into Patriot territory. 2 receivers here in the I. Fake handoff. Now the quarterback weaving through traffic. Pass the right side. Caught by Vosberg. 10-5 and brought down inside the 5 by Ryan Baldock. Brought down inside the 5. And they'll set it down at about the 3. 16-yard reception, approximately. Keenan, the quarterback, 4 for 4 for 22 yards. So it's now 1st and goal at about the 3. And quarterback sneak up the middle, and he's in for the touchdown. Tyler Keenan from about 3 yards out. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood takes the lead 6-3, 9:10 to go in the first half. So Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, after getting a huge return by Greg Hollebeck on the punt return, caught it somewhere around the 30 or 35 and brought it across midfield to the Patriot 36. And ultimately it leads to a quick score by the Warriors. So they set up here for the extra point. There's the snap, and the kick is up. And the kick is good. Kicked in by Taylor Johnson. 7-3, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. 9:10 to go first half. We'll have a kickoff in 30 seconds. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood had a shortened field after the big return by Greg Hollebeck. And they started at the Patriot 36-yard drive, and it's capped off by a 3-yard run by Tyler Keenan on the quarterback keeper. Taylor Johnson adds on with the extra point. 7-3, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood with the lead. 9:10 to go in the half. So the Warriors have had 3 drives. The Patriots will start their 3rd drive here as Wyndmere-Lidgerwood gets ready to kick it off. Taylor Johnson to kick. And it's caught by David Fury inside the 20. Gets to the 25, up to the 30. Still breaking free, 35. Pushing through the pile. Oh, he had one man to beat maybe there. And is brought down by the kicker, Taylor Johnson. Fury somehow got through a crowd, and he basically had probably Johnson and maybe one other guy to beat if he could have got out of that crowd. Big return.
From the 43-yard line.
And it'll be at the 43 of the Patriots. This is their best starting spot. The first two drives started at their own 37 and 31. They're at the 43. First and 10. They go two receivers, one each side. And they go the counter play. Rakowski trying to break free, gets up to near midfield as looked like he just about had some room for a few more, but got brought down from behind. I believe it was Cole Duncan. Also in on the play was Brad Ilias. Ball be at the 49, a gain of 6. Chad Rakowski, 6 carries, 20 yards. 8:33 to go in the half. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood leads this one 7-3 over Mayport CG. 3 men set up in the eye. They go to the tight formation. Back to throw. Deep pass from Lorenz. Right side to Fury. Incomplete, but there is a flag. And we might have pass interference on the Warriors is what it looks like it's going to be. Patriots set up with tight ends on that play and got rid of the receivers. And they went for the deep bomb, try to throw them off, and they get the pass interference call. So it will be a first down for Mayport CG. So pass interference on the defense. Again, it looked to be a 2-on-1 or a 3-on-1 as Fury was the only guy there. And whether he really had a legitimate chance at making a catch, it looked like maybe not. So 15-yard penalty. First down Patriots. They are now at the 36 of the Warriors. From the shotgun, they go with the delay, hand it off to Rakowski. He gets out of the 30, 25, breaks free, 20, and dives ahead to about the 15-yard line. Big carry by Chad Rakowski. So it's going to be up near the 15-yard line.
First and 10 for the Patriots on the 15-yard line.
So ball at the 15. Gain of 21 on the run. 7 carries, 41 yards unofficially for Rakowski. Go 2 receivers again, set up in the eye, hand it off to the tailback. Rakowski cuts the left side, gets to the 10, shoots right, and in traffic is brought down. He tried to leap up over a couple of Warriors on that play. And it looks like they will be short of a first down. Ball looks to be around the 6. 2nd and a yard to go. 9 yards on the carry by Rakowski. So he's hit the 50-yard mark on 8 carries. 2nd and a yard at the Wyndmere-Lidgerwood 6. Lorenz hands it off. Up the middle is Baldock. Dives in as he fell backward. And they will have the first down, but they'll be short of the end zone. Boy, it's coming down hard. Is that rain or sleet or snow? It looks kind of like ice pellets.
From the 2-inch line.
Yeah. Kind of a sleet, and it started up and now it kind of slowed way down. Ball on the 1 is where it'll be. Lorenz now yelling out to his men, goes for the quarterback sneak, and he's in for the touchdown. One man signals now. He gets the signal down at the goal line for the touchdown. 6:56 to go in the first half. Mayport CG takes a 9-7 lead. Luke Lorenz from a yard out. After Baldock had a 5-yard carry to get that first down, Luke Lorenz takes on the quarterback keeper for the touchdown, and each touchdown it's been the quarterback keeping it. Ross Olson will try to kick up the extra point. Lorenz the holder. There's the snap, and the kick is up, and it might have been deflected. It's going to be short. No, it's going to be in. Oh, that one barely got inside. That didn't get in by much. I thought it might have been wide left, but it just hooked inside the goal post, and it's good for the extra point. And we're getting some hard sleet coming down right now, and the fans trying to cover up as well as they can. Boy, it's really coming down now. 6:56 to go in the half. Patriots lead 10-7. We'll come back for the kickoff in 30 seconds. Patriots will kick it off, and the sleet continues to come down pretty hard here in Wyndmere. Going to be hard to play out there now. End over end kick, and this is going to be out of bounds. The Patriots have done that all year. They kick it out of bounds. So you're going to start them up at the 35 right away. 6:56 to go in the first half. Mayport CG has a 10-7 lead. A 57-yard drive, and is capped out by that 1-yard quarterback keeper by Luke Lorenz, the quarterback, and then the extra point was kicked in. And it was Ross Olson who had the extra point. But again, that was just a low one that just barely got inside the upright. At least from this vantage point, really looked like they barely got it in. Ball at the 35. Handed off to McKay, trying to cut to the right side. Chad Rakowski wraps him up around the legs, up at around the 40, so they will pick up about 5 on the play.
Brings up a 2nd and 5 for the Warriors.
Chris McKay, 4 carries, 20 yards. Well, so far, this is kind of the game we expected out of these two teams, I think. It's going to be a tight one throughout. 2nd and 5 at their own 40. The Warriors are set up with 2 receivers, I formation, and they go with a fake handoff. The quarterback, Keenan, spins and is brought down. He's got the first down. David Fury, Chad Rakowski, both in there. So it's an up for the first. Ball is just across the 45 of Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Quarterback Tyler Keenan with the run. Calling about a 6-yard gain. Ball is near the 46-yard line of Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. 5:56 to go in the half. High formation again. Patriots jump. Kevin Gershesky jumped through, got into the neutral zone. And that was after a couple of the other Patriots nearly did so. So it's an encroachment penalty on Mayport CG. Ball goes just across midfield now. 1st and 5.
Just over the 50-yard line.
3rd Patriot penalty. 3 penalties totaling 25 yards. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, 3 penalties, 25 yards as well. Man in motion to the right side, 1st and 5. Handed off. And McKay pushes ahead, brought down by Ryan Baldock around the 47 of Mayport CG.
Tackled by Ryan Baldock.
So he's going to get a couple of yards here.
Brings up a 2nd and 3.
2nd and about 3 to go, along 2, close to 3 here. So McKay gains about 2.5 yards. 2nd and 3 to go. At about the Patriot 47. Handed off to McKay. And he's down the 45, down the 40, and brought down around the 35. First down, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood.
Carry good for a 1st down for the Warriors.
And it looks like they'll put it around the 37. So that would be about a 10-yard carry for Chris McKay. He's carried the ball 6 times, up to 32 yards on the ground, a little over 5 a carry. 4:37 to go in the first half. 10-7 Patriots. Warriors on 1st and 10 at the Patriot 37. Keenan hands it off and brought down at the line of scrimmage by Troy Dale is Vosberg. Dusty Vosberg brought down for no gain. Four carries, 21 yards for Vosberg. 2nd and just over 10 to go. 2nd about 10.5. Warriors go receiver left side. One short right. High formation. Keenan, the quarterback, hands it off again to McKay, and the Patriots can't stop him. 35, gets down near the 30. Again, Patriots have a little trouble with him.
Tackled by number 51 of the Patriots.
And he was brought down at about the 34. About a 3-yard carry. McKay averaging 5 a carry, 7 carries, 35 yards. 3rd and 7 at the Patriots 34. 3:50 to go in the half. Patriots trying to stop the Warriors on the drive. Back to throw. Short pass is caught by Bosberg at the 35. Now gets up to about the 30, and it's brought down. And it's going to be 4th down and about 3 to go. Brady Broughton getting the tackle. Ball will be at the 30. So it's not enough for a first, but it's a good field position. You know that they're going to go for it on 4th and a long 3 to go at the 30-yard line. Keenan 5 for 5 passing. And 26 yards in all. 4th and a long 3. Fake handoff. Keenan, the quarterback, keeps himself, and he's brought down, but I think he got the first. Going to be close. Was brought down by Rakowski and Baldock. But it looks like they have a first down. Well, let's see what they decide to do here. Chad Baldock is Chad Rakowski talking with the officials. And now they just give him the first down without measuring. So ball will be at the 26. Gain of 4. Tyler Keenan, the quarterback, again, very mobile, moves around and gets that first down. Ball to 26 on 1st and 10. Handed off again, McKay, and he slipped. And he's down in the backfield. He slid, now he's limping. Apparently getting a little wet down there, as I would imagine that as the sleet starts to fall, you know, it's going to make the field that much slicker as we continue on. 2nd and 12, a loss of about 2 yards for Chris McKay. 8 carries, 33 yards, so averaging just a tad over 4 yards a carry. High formation, 2 receivers here to the left side. Keenan being chased, pass down the middle, incomplete, and there's a flag. And I think Luke Lorenz might have been called for the interference. It was either him or Broughton, but I think it might have been Lorenz that time. So it's pass interference. And it'll be a first down for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood with 2:13 to go in the half. So that could end up big right there, as the Warriors are going to get that first down. It's 2nd and 12, and they'll walk off the 15 from there. Second pass interference on Mayport CG. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood also has a pass interference on them. So ball be at the 14. 1st and 10 for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. So they get closer to the end zone. They keep it with the quarterback as they fake hand it off, and Keenan, the quarterback, down to about the 5.
Brought down by Grishevsky.
Kevin Grishevsky gets the tackle.
Brings up 2nd down.
2nd and about a yard, it looks like. Maybe 2.
2nd and 2.
That ball is at the 13, not the 14. So 2nd and about 2 to go. 8-yard gain by the quarterback. And they try to go to the right side with it here. And they're going to be short.
Carry is good for a Keating keeper, good for a first down.
So Keenan again, the quarterback takes it. Darrell Call with the tackle.
From the 3-inch line.
Ball's going to be inside the 1. Gain of 9 by Keenan. 1st and goal inside the 1. And Keenan dives in. He should be in for the touchdown. There it is.
Keenan, the keeper, 4
Minute 22 to go in the half, and Wyndmere-Lidgerwood's going to take the lead back at 13-10 from less than a yard out. And they will go for the extra point here. It'll be Taylor Johnson to kick. Minute 22 to go in the half, so Wyndmere-Lidgerwood not only scores, but they eat a lot of the clock away as the drive takes just about, actually does take over 5.5 minutes. There's the snap, and the kick is up, and it's good. 14-10, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Minute 22 to go in the first half. We'll come back with the kickoff from the Warriors in 30 seconds. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood scores on a 65-yard drive on a run from a yard out from Tyler Keating, the quarterback, Taylor Johnson, the extra point. Warriors up 14-10, minute 22 to go as they kick it away to the Patriots. Rolls around at the 25, picked up by Ryan Baldock. And running the right side, not really gaining any room, gets up to about the 29, so about a 4-yard return as he ran along the line for a ways trying to find an opening. Now there's a flag down. Officials talking with Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, a punch to the head on Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. So this is giving the Patriots a few extra yards here as they will start their drive. So it's a 15-yard penalty, and they'll set it up at the 44 of the Patriots. So that could be a big penalty. As Mayport CG does have a minute 15 on the clock before halftime, they do have 2 timeouts. Ball's at their own 44 for the Patriots. This is their 4th drive. 4 receivers. Lorenz with a delayed handoff to Rakowski. Breaks free midfield. 45 ran into his own man, Baldock. Breaks free again to the 40. And now the 35, 30. And he's finally brought down by McKay. Oh, my God. He just kept breaking through. And Rakowski ran into his own man up around near the 40 of Wyndmere-Lidgerwood and ran into the back of Ryan Baldock and then kind of got wrapped up by 2 or 3 guys, and he broke free again. The ball's going to be at the 28. They're going to go no huddle here. Back to throw is Lorenz. Deep pass, left side for Brady Broughton, and he makes the catch for the touchdown. 51.6 seconds to go in the first half, and Mayport CG in 30 seconds and a half minute, they score the touchdown, and they go back up 16-14 over the Warriors. Big play right there, 28 yards on the completed pass from Luke Lorenz to Brady Broughton. He caught that one in stride. Olson to kick the extra point. There's the snap. Lorenz with the hold. It's blocked. And no good. 51.6 seconds to go in the half. Patriots take the lead back 16-14. We'll come back with a kickoff in 30 seconds. Mayport CG in 30 seconds, they get right back on the board. They start their own 44 after a 15-yard punch to the head penalty by Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Patriots on 2 plays. That's all it took. Chad Rakowski, a 28-yard run, followed by a 28-yard pass from Luke Lorenz, Brady Broughton, and the Patriots are up 16-14, 51.6 seconds to go in the first half. The extra point was no good. So that's why it's a 2-point lead and not a 3-point lead by Mayport CG. Meanwhile, on 105.5 FM, KMAV, we have 9-man action in the playoffs at Napoleon. Napoleon Gackle-Streeter has a 20-0 lead on Hillsboro. Here's the kick. Caught at the goal line by Hollebeck. Gets the 5 up to the 10, 15, 20. Breaks free, 25. Now to the left side. He's over to the 30. He's only got a couple men to beat. 35, 40, 45 midfield. Down to the 45, and he's all alone. He's going to run it all the way in for the touchdown. It's going to be a 100-yard return for the touchdown. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood leads 20-16. The Patriots had to stop him there and get the lead into the half. And all the way goes Greg Hollebeck, a 100-yard kickoff return touchdown. And Wyndmere-Lidgerwood leads 20-16, 34.6 seconds to go in the half. That can take the wind out of your sails. We got a timeout by Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. We'll come back in 1 minute. What a return by Greg Hollebeck, 100 yards on the kickoff return for the touchdown. Now they'll go for two to try to make it a 6-point lead. Man in motion to the right side. And the quarterback, Keating, keeps it himself, pitches it back. They won't get it. Patriots stop them on the 2-point attempt. 34.5 seconds to go in the first half. Warriors lead by 4, 20-16. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood with the lead over Mayport CG. We'll have the kickoff in 30 seconds. Well, we'll see what Mayport CG decides to do here in the closing seconds of the half. They scored in a half minute on their previous drive, but can they do it again? They will receive to start the second half, though. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood completing a touchdown score on a 100-yard kickoff return touchdown by Greg Hollebuck. This is a low kick taken by David Fury. Runs this one up the middle, gets to the 30, up to the 40, and brought down near the 40-yard line. So that runs 8.5 seconds off the clock, and we're down to 28 seconds, or rather 6.5 seconds off the clock. 28 seconds to go in the half. Will all be at their own 40-yard line. On their last drive, it took 2 plays. Chad Rakowski, a 28-yard run. Luke Lorenz, 28-yard pass for the touchdown, caught by Brady Broughton in the end zone. Patriots up to the line here. Lorenz throws to the left side, caught by Baldock. Now he gets to the 45, pushed ahead, brought down just past midfield. He got pushed ahead, and the Patriots, I believe, are going to take a timeout. 19 seconds to go in the first half. Timeout Mayport CG. They're going to have the ball at the Wyndmere-Lidgerwood 49 when we come back in 30 seconds. Mayport CG took the timeout. They have one left. Luke Lorenz just completing an 11-yard pass on a short pass to the running back, Baldock, who broke free, caught it behind the line of scrimmage and ran that one up for an 11-yard gain. So it's 1st and 10 for Mayport CG at the Wyndmere-Lidgerwood 49-yard line with 19 seconds to go in the first half. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood leads by 4, 20-16, after a 100-yard kickoff return touchdown by Greg Hollebuck. Pitch back, David Fury. He's going to throw. Pass to Luke Lorenz. It's in and out of the hands. He got hit as he caught it. Cole Duncan put the hit on Luke Lorenz. They're going for some trickery right there, but the play didn't work out. Just about did. Lorenz had it go right through the hands there as he got hit. Not a bad pass by David Fury. 2nd and 10 now. 12 seconds to go. They're 49 yards from the end zone. Patriots up to the line. Broughton, the receiver right. Krzyzewski left. They go with 3 running backs. Lorenz back to throw. Deep bomb, right side. And it bounces off a couple of guys and incomplete. Broughton had it broken up by Tyler Keenan and Dusty Vosberg. And it'll be 3rd down and 10 to go at the 49 of Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. 5.6 seconds to go in the first half. So Luke Lorenz now 3 for 6 passing, 39 yards. Meanwhile, you look at the quarterback for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, Tyler Keenan. He's 5 for 5, 26 yards. Set up again with 2 receivers. I formation. Lorenz back to throw. Has time. Now being chased, and he throws it deep to the left side. Incomplete. Intended for Broughton, nearly picked off by Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. That's going to take us to the half. Our halftime score on the Culligan Water of Hillsborough scoreboard. Mayport CG trails here at the half. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood 20, Mayport CG 16. And we'll take a look at the halftime numbers on KMAV and KQLX in 2 minutes. We are at halftime, and a pretty good ball game here as Wyndmere-Lidgerwood has a 4-point lead over Mayport CG at the half. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood 20, Mayport CG 16. Patriots thought that maybe they'd be going in at halftime with the lead, but that was not meant to be, and we'll talk about it here as we go over the scoring summary from the first half. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood unable to score on their opening drive. Mayport CG would get the ball at their own 37-yard line after the punt, and the Patriots would have to drive up the field 63 yards. They would do so, and they would get the touchdown, or rather field goal. Patriots nearly got a touchdown out of Ryan Baldock, but he was out of bounds at the 4, and Patriots ultimately had to go for the field goal from 22 yards out. Ross Olson kicks it up and in. 2:34 to go in the first quarter, and Mayport CG was on the board up 3-0. And neither team would score again in the first quarter. In the second, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood would get on the board on their third drive. They started at their own 36-yard line. And it was a 64-yard drive for the Warriors, capped off by a 3-yard run on a quarterback keeper by Tyler Keenan. Taylor Johnson puts up the extra point, and it's 7-3 Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, 9:10 to go in the half. Mayport CG on the ensuing drive, they start at their own 43-yard line. Luke Lorenz, the quarterback, runs it in from a yard out. Ross Olson with the extra point, which from this vantage point, not sure how it got in there, but it just barely wrapped inside the goalpost. And Mayport CG went up 10-7, 6:56 to go in the first half. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood would get the ball back. They would score. They started at their own 35, quickly got up into Patriot territory, and then things kind of slowed down for a while, but eventually they would score to complete a 65-yard drive. Tyler Keenan, the quarterback, runs it in from inside the 1-yard line. Taylor Johnson puts up the extra point. 14-10, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, minute 22 to go in the half. So the Patriots down to a minute 22 to go, and they would, on their first play, give the ball to Chad Rakowski, and Rakowski would break free a couple of times for an amazing 28-yard run, which probably should have been stopped around 5 or 10 yards, but he got it for 28. And they went for the no huddle. Patriots got up the line of scrimmage quickly, and Luke Lorenz with a perfect pass to Brady Broughton, who catches it in stride in the end zone for a 28-yard touchdown. And Mayport CG scores in 30 seconds time. So 51.6 seconds to go in the first half. Mayport CG was now up 16-14. The extra point was blocked, so 16-14 Patriots. So all Mayport CG had to do is then contain Wyndmere-Lidgerwood for the last 51.5 seconds, but they couldn't do it. They kicked it off, and it was taken at the goal line by Greg Hollebuck for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. And wouldn't you know it, he returns at 100 yards for the kickoff return touchdown. 2-point attempt, no good. 20-16, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood with the lead then with 34.5 seconds to go, and that is our score at halftime. 20-16, a 4-point Wyndmere-Lidgerwood lead at the half. We'll come back with more here on the halftime report on KMAV and KQLX in 2 minutes. Welcome back to the halftime report. Our halftime score, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood 20, Mayport CG 16. Take a look at the unofficial individual statistics here on the ground. Mayport CG's rushing numbers. Chad Rakowski leads the way, 9 carries, 78 yards. Jordan Flayton carried it once for 22. Ryan Baldock, 2 carries for 22. David Peary carried the ball once for 3 yards. And Luke Lorenz, quarterback, kept it 3 times for 1 yard, including a touchdown. Passing lines for Mayport CG. Luke Lorenz, 3 for 7 at quarterback for 39 yards. Including a touchdown pass. David Peary on a trick play threw a pass, and it was incomplete. Receiving numbers for Mayport CG. Brady Broughton caught a 28-yard touchdown pass. Chad Rakowski caught a pass for 7 yards. And Ryan Baldock with an 11-yard reception. For Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, their rushing numbers go like this. Chris McKay, 8 carries, 33 yards. Dusty Bosberg, 4 carries, 21 yards. Greg Hollebuck, 2 carries for a -5. Tyson Skillings carried the ball once for a -1. And Tyler Keenan, the quarterback, kept it 9 times for 32 yards, including 2 touchdowns on the ground. So he's come up big for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood with those rushing touchdowns. Passing statistics for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. The quarterback, Tyler Keenan, is a perfect 5 for 5 for 26 yards. Receiving-wise, Chris McKay caught 2 passes for 5 yards. Cole Duncan caught a 1-yard pass, and Dusty Bosberg has caught 2 for 20 yards. So in the first half of play, Mayport CG unofficially 126 yards on the ground. They passed for 39 for a total offense of 165 in the first half. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, 80 yards rushing, 26 passing, a total offense of 106. So Mayport CG with the better total offense than Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, but they gave up that big touchdown there with a half minute to go in the first half, that 100-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by Greg Hollebuck, and that is the difference here at the half. Again, Mayport CG 165 total offense, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood 106 in total offense. to 16, a 4-point lead for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood over Mayport CG at the half. We'll have more on the halftime report in 2 minutes. Well, we are just about ready for the second half here. Was able during the break to call one of the other radio stations, and Cavalier has a 14-0 lead right now over Steele Dawson, Tappan, Tuttle, Pettibone. So right now, Cavalier with a 14-0 lead, and again, they started a half hour later than this game did. We'll try to keep you updated on that game. Again, the winner of this one between Wyndmere-Lidgerwood and Mayport CG will get the winner of Cavalier and Steele Dawson, Tappan, Tuttle, Pettibone. Mayport CG kicked it off to start the first half, and so Mayport CG will receive here to start the second half of play. The Patriots could maybe make a statement with a score right off the get-go if they can get a score on the first drive and get the lead right back. They trail by 4, as it's a 20-16 Wyndmere-Lidgerwood lead as we get ready for the second half of play. So again, Cavalier is a 14-0 lead over Steele Dawson, Tappan, Tuttle, Pettibone. So again, the winner of this game and the winner of that one up at Cavalier would meet next week. The other games going on today in Class A playoffs: Linton hosting Larimore, Park Rivers hosting Lemoore, Litchfield, Marion, Verona. Bowman County is at Belva Sawyer. North Borders at Killdeer. Stanley Powers Lake is at Harvey today, and Langdon is at Ray taking on Williams County. Mayport CG had the advantage in total offense for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood with 4 more points in that first half. That 100-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by Greg Hollenbuck is the difference right now. As Mayport CG will get the ball to start the second half. Ready to kick it off here is Taylor Johnson for the Warriors. And now the sun's kind of come out here. Pretty good sleep for a while in that first half. Deep kick. David Perry takes that to 9. 15 up to the 20. 25. 30. Breaks 3. 35. Now he's wrapped up near the 40. And he was brought down by Cole Duncan. So Mayport CG will have the football here to start the second half, and it's going to be up near the 40. And it'll be at about the 39. Penalties in that first half. Each team had 4 penalties for 40 yards. So identical numbers there. It's been a pretty tight ball game. Ball thrown 39. They go with 2 receivers on the play. Handed off. Chad Rakowski trying to find some room. Now he spun around, and he had to hang tight on the football there as he had a man trying to bring that one free. John Nelson was the guy that had Rakowski there early on. They got a little help there on the tail end. Ball be at the 42. Gain of about 3. 2nd and 7 for Mayport CG. Rakowski 10 carries, 81 yards unofficially. Up to the line here. Broughton, the receiver, left side. Flayton to the right. Handed off. Rakowski to the 45. Dives ahead to about the 47. That'll be about a 5-yard gain. Tyler Keenan is able to bring him down at about the 47-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and a long 2, just about 3 to go. Little ball at the 47 of the Patriots. 11 carries, 86 yards now for Chad Rakowski. Patriots made a stop on the way, I heard, down in Leonard to warm up a little bit, and then they drove the last half hour to get here to Wyndmere before the game. Handed off. Flayton, left side midfield, 45. He has some quick legs. That's the second time in the ball game that he is taking the football. Chad Rakowski a little slow getting up, but looks like he'll be all right. Ball's at the 45 of Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, so an 8-yard gain by Jordan Flayton. He has 2 carries, 30 yards. 1st and 10, Mayport CG at the Wyndmere-Lidgerwood 45-yard line. Just underway in the second half, 10:20 to go. And we've got a flag. It's on Mayport CG. An illegal substitution. So they lose 5 here to the midfield. Ball's at midfield on 1st and 15. Mayport CG 5 yards on illegal substitution. 1st and 15 at midfield. 2 receivers set up in the eye. Fake handoff. Lorenz being chased. Throws it to the right side. Overthrown for Kevin Gershevsky. 2nd and 15 for the Patriots. Mayport CG in the ballgame. 5 penalties, 45 yards. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood 4 penalties, 40 yards. Neither team has turned the ball over as of yet. Even when it got wet there for a little while. Patriots up the line on 2nd and 15. And hold on a second here. We're going to have a timeout. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood was kind of having some trouble with their defense getting set up. So a timeout by the Warriors. 10 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. And it's a 4-point lead for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. We'll come back in 30 seconds. 10 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. And timeout was taken by Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. So an early timeout for them, but they were kind of in disarray defensively with guys moving around. So after that timeout, Patriots here on 2nd and 15. Late handoff to Rakowski, and he's going to get a yard, it looks like. Oh, a bunch of guys are all over him. And, yeah, he'll get about a yard. 3rd and 14. 12 carries, 87 yards for Rakowski. Patriots the last few weeks have been going to David Fury quite a bit, but now they've removed him from that running back spot. He's only run the ball once. 3rd and 14, man in motion. Fake handoff. Lorenz under a lot of pressure. It's caught in the backfield by Baldock. They're going to lose yards. Oh, my. It goes back to Wyndmere-Lidgerwood here after the Patriots are going to punt. It's going to be a loss of 4. So a completed pass, but a loss of 4 on that completed pass. 4 for 8 is Lorenz for 35 yards. Jordan Flayton will punt it away. And now Patriots are going to take a timeout. Not sure what that's about, but they'll burn one here. 8:38 to go, 3rd quarter. We'll come back in a minute. Patriots up the line, 4th and long, getting ready to punt. Ball thrown 47. There's the snap to Flayton. And he will get rid of it here, end over end. Caught at the 25 and brought down quickly at around the 25-yard line is Hoffert. That's Jake Hoffert. David Fury brought him down around the 25. No gain on the return. Ball to 25 for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. This will be their first drive of the second half. 8:31 to go, 3rd quarter. And it's a 20-16 lead for the Warriors. Again, the difference in this one, Mayport CG had a 2-point lead as it was getting close to halftime, and Wyndmere-Lidgerwood would get a 100-yard return on the kickoff from Greg Hollebuck. Returning 100 yards to a touchdown. Back to throw, deep pass down the middle, and it's incomplete. As that one was intended down there for Greg Hollebuck, who had his arms up, but he didn't have a shot at it. It just wasn't close enough to him. A couple of Patriots were in that vicinity as well, but really it wasn't close enough for anyone to have a shot at it. Just kind of in the middle of everyone. That's the first incomplete pass for the quarterback, Keenan. He's now 5 for 6. Again, no turnovers so far in this one. Patriots would like one right here, though. 2nd and 10 at their own 25 for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. 2 receivers on this play. Handed off. Left side, McKay trying to turn the corner. And he's wrapped up by Brady Broughton. So it'll be a loss of yardage here. Looks to be around the 23, perhaps. So third and about 12 to go. So Broughton was able to wrap up Chris McKay in the backfield. His last 2 carries, McKay's last 2 carries have been losses of 2 each. That's his first carry of the second half. Third and 12 for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. And they run this one back up the middle, nowhere to go. They might have lost a yard again. This time it was Dusty Vosberg. Guess what? They will lose a yard. Talon early with the tackle. Loss of 1. 5 carries, 20 yards for Vosberg, and it's 4th and about 14 to go for the Warriors back at their own 21. So the Patriots do a nice job and end the drive quickly. So we get set up for a punt. There's the snap, and they get the ball away. Duncan with the punt. Caught. Oh, goes through the hands of David Fury at midfield, but he lands on top of the ball just before the Warriors would have had an opportunity to take it away. That went off the hands of Fury and just about gave the ball back to Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, but the Patriots will have it. And it'll be at the 49 of Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. So just across midfield. Fury had to go through his hands right behind the 50-yard line, and they end up with it just past the 50 at the 49 of Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. First and 10 Patriots, trailing by 4 here with 7:05 to go third quarter. I formation. Pitch back. Rakowski trying to find some room. Gets around one defender. Nice down to the 45, and he's brought down near the 40. We have a flag. There is a flag. And it's holding on Mayport CG. So wave off the run by Rakowski, which would have got him about 8 yards. Instead, we have holding on Mayport CG. So backing up here, it'll be a 10-yard penalty. Ball will be set down 10 yards from the spot of the foul. It'll be at the 36. So now the Patriots are backed up to their own 36. And it's first and 25 to go. Back to throw is Lorenz. Now he's going to throw it deep left side for Broughton, and it's tipped up in the air, incomplete. Broughton wants a flag, but there's no reason to throw a flag on that one. That was just a clean tip by Hollebeck. It'll be second and 25 for the Patriots, back at their own 36. Luke Lorenz, the quarterback, is now completed 4 out of 9. For a total of 35 yards. .6:41 to go in the third quarter. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood leads 20-16. Twins right, one to the left, back to throw is Lorenz. Now he's under some pressure, gets away from one defender, now running to the left side. Now the pass to the left side. Oh, just out of reach for Brady Broughton. He could have taken that one up near the goal line. He might have had a few extra yards. He could have got out of it, but it's just out of reach as it'll now be third and 25. The Patriots just about came up with another big play. You're listening to the first round of the Class A 11-man football playoffs from Wyndmere on ESPN 1520 AM, KMAV Mayville, Portland, and on KQLX AM 890 Lisbon. Krzyzewski wide left. Fury and Flayton wide right in the eye. Third and 25 of their own 36. Lorenz under pressure. Keenan chases after him. Throws it as he's knocked out. It's picked off. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25. And finally knocked out a play around the 20-yard line is Jake Hofford. Jake Hofford picks it off in midfield. Troy Dale then knocks him out of play, but not until he picks up over 30 yards on the return, and it's 6:20 to go in the third quarter. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood's going to have the football. Actually, they'll set it down at the 22 of Mayport CG. So the interception by Jake Hopper, and then he returns it for about 28 yards or thereabouts. Official timeout here. And they're going to take out Troy Dale. Patriots are going to have to bring in a sub. I'm not sure why Dale has to come out, but they'll bring him out right now. He's having a hard time getting over the sidelines, so might have got banged up a bit there. So now the Patriots have to try to contain the Warriors. Warriors at great field position here at the Patriots 22. Two receivers, I formation. Quarterback keeper inside the 20, 15, and still on his feet all the way to about the 10. So he was finally brought down by Chad Rakowski, but he muscled his way up. Ball be at the 11. Gain of 11 on the run by the quarterback Keenan. He has 43 yards on the ground. Again, these teams had a common opponent. Mayport CG got beat by Thompson 38-7. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood beat Thompson in a double overtime game. First and 10 again. Quarterback keeps the ball here and gets to about the 8 or 7. Ball be at about the 8. Second and 7. I really think that they could give Keenan the ball, the opportunity on other quarterbacks, and maybe get a few more. Patriots have had a lot of trouble stopping the quarterback Keenan from running the ball himself. Go the receiver each side, I formation. And I think, what do we have here? A timeout? I think they're getting awfully close to maybe a delay of game, so they'll take a timeout here. They're second. 5:18 to go in the third quarter. Mayport CG and Wyndmere-Lidgerwood here in the first round of the Class A playoffs. Warriors lead by 4 at this point. And with a timeout by the Warriors, we'll come back in 30 seconds. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood took the timeout. They have only one left for the remainder of this ball game. Mayport CG still has 2 timeouts left. We have 5:18 to go in the third quarter. Warriors lead 20-16, and they have the ball at the Patriot 8 on 2nd and 7. They need to get to the 1 for a first down, or they can get to the goal line and score. Hand it off to McKay, and he's brought down by Brandon Harpestead. Harpestead, the 6'4", 215-pound senior, brings him down near the 5. We'll set it down at about the 6, gain of 2. 10 carries, 33 yards for McKay. So it's now 3rd and about 5 to go at the Patriots 6. I formation again. They go the receiver each side. It's handed off to McKay, and he slid and fell back at around the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th down. And it'll be no gain. So now it's 4th down, about 5 to go. But they're only 5, maybe 6 yards from the end zone. So we'll see what they decide to do here, as they will go for it. They are not going to go for a field goal. They're going to go for the touchdown right here. They go with an extra tight end here on the play. Fake handoff, Keenan, pass to the right side, caught in the end zone for the touchdown by Greg Hollenbuck, who had the last touchdown for the Warriors with that 100-yard kickoff return. And now they get the touchdown here. 4:09 to go in the third quarter. It's Wyndmere-Lidgerwood 26, Mayport CG 16. So a double-figure lead, double-digit lead now for the Warriors. And they're going to try to add one more onto it, as Taylor Johnson will kick it up here on the extra point attempt. 4:09 to go here in the third quarter. There's the snap. And the kick just rolled on the ground. Couldn't get the ball up in the air on the kick, so Mayport CG now trailing by 10. It's 26-16. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood with the lead. The Warriors are kicking off in 30 seconds. Well, Tyler Keenan to Greg Hollenbuck on a 6-yard touchdown pass. Counts off a short 22-yard drive by Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, and the extra point, no good. 26-16, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood with the lead over the Patriots. Mayport CG get the ball, and it pulls out of play. .409 to go. So they will set the ball down. Oh, hold on. They're going to have them re-kick. So the Patriots choose to have him re-kick, which is kind of interesting. They could take the ball at their own 35. But instead, they're going to have the re-kick here. They'll bring the ball back 5 yards. So it'll just simply be a 5-yard penalty. So now Johnson will re-kick it. End over end, a deep kick. Fury takes it at the 19, 25, up to the 30. And goes to left side, 35, 40, 45, and brought down. So the Patriots do get an extra 10 out of it. He's brought out by Cole Duncan. So Mayport CG will have the football and ends up working out for them as they get the ball at the 44 rather than the 35. First and 10 for Mayport CG. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood leads this one 26-16. They got the touchdown pass, Keenan to Hollabrook, and then the extra point kick just rolled on the ground, so it was short. So 10-point lead right now for the Warriors, 4:02 to go, third quarter. Handed off, Chad Rakowski breaks free from one, dives ahead near midfield. So he's got a good 5 or 6 yards on the run. They'll set it at the Patriot 49, second and 5. Unofficially for Rakowski now, 13 carries, 92 yards. Two receivers, David Fury left side, and to the right, it's Kevin Gershewski. You know, 3 men in the backfield. And a counter play again to midfield as Rakowski cuts to the right, gets the 45, and is pushed out of play near the 42. First down, Mayport CG. See where they put it. It's going to be between the 40 and 45. They're calling about the 42. So about a 9-yard gain. Rakowski, 14 carries, 101 yards unofficially. Ball near the 42 of Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. On first and 10. Rakowski in motion, handed off to Baldock, and he gets hit back to the line of scrimmage. Keenan, pretty good hit on him. So it'll be second and 11 now as they end up losing a yard. Baldock with 21 yards on the ground as he's carried the ball 3 times. Second and 11 at the 43 of Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Patriots go with the I formation. They go 2 receivers. Handed off to Rakowski up the middle. Ran into his own offensive lineman and then was brought down at around the 40. So they will pick up 3 or 4 on this play. That's up near the 39. Call it about 4. 3rd and 7. 105 yards for Rakowski, 15 carries. Ball to 39 at Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, 3rd and 7 for Mayport CG. Pitch back, Rakowski, he's in a lot of trouble. He got around Keenan, but now the second man's going to bring him down. Brad Elias got in there after, here we go, we got a flag. Got a flag after the play. And a face mask on Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, so that could help the Patriots a little bit here. It's going to be 5-yard face mask, I'm guessing. They'll walk it out from about the 42 and set it down to 37, a 5-yard face mask, so a wave off the stop of Rakowski in the backfield, and instead it'll be third down and about 4. So rather than fourth and 10 or more to go, third and about 4. And in motion. Fake handoff. Lorenz looks around, and Keating just flipped over Lorenz. He should have been brought down. Now he takes himself 35, 30, cuts to the left to the 25-yard line. First down, Mayport CG. Lorenz couldn't find anybody, and then the defensive man, Keating, had Lorenz, and Lorenz ducked down and flips him over. And the ball's going to be at the 25-yard line. A big play right there. That was roughly 12 yards, I believe. Ball to 25. Lorenz on the counter. Gets the ball to Flayton, and he'll dive to about the 20. 5-yard gain. 3 carries, 35 yards for Jordan Flayton. Down to minute 10 to go in the third quarter. It's Wyndmere-Lidgerwood leading by 10, 26-16. Patriots get up to the line. They go with Brady Broughton wide left. Brandon Harpestead in as a receiver on the right side. They go the 4-4 defense right now for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. And Baldock's going to be stopped back around the line of scrimmage if you give him forward progress. Should be back at the 20. Actually came down around the 23, but forward progress. And it'll be no gain. Third and 5 for Mayport CG at the Wyndmere-Lidgerwood 20. Patriots on the verge of maybe putting some points on the board. It is a 2-possession game right now. 22 seconds to go, third quarter. Twins left, 1 right. 2 in the backfield. I formation Patriots. Lorenz back to throw. Deep pass, right side for Kevin Gershevsky. Leaps up, he had it on one hand, and he dropped it. He got knocked down in the end zone by Dusty Vosberg. Gershevsky leaps up in the air, gets it on the one hand, and then Vosberg hit him. And he can't come down with it, but what a play. The Patriots just about had a big touchdown right there. It's going to be 4th down and 5 to go. They are 20 yards from the end zone. They have to go for it with 9.5 seconds to go in the third quarter. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, they've done a good job on Luke Lorenz for the most part here. 4 for 12 passing, 1 interception, and 1 touchdown for Lorenz. 2 receivers again here. The full house backfield on 4th and 5. Pitch back. Rakowski, he needs some blocks here. Dives ahead. And is he going to have it or not? Yeah, he's across for a first down. So Rakowski gets that dive there at the end. And they will come up with a first. Ball be at the 13. They needed 5. They got 7. 16 carries, 112 on the ground for Chad Rakowski. And that'll do it for the quarter. 3 complete on the Culligan Water of Hillsborough scoreboard. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood 26, Mayport CG 16. We'll get ready for the 4th in 1 minute. We'll get ready for the 4th quarter. Mayport CG has the football at the 13-yard line of Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. 1st and 10. Patriots trying to score here as they're down 10 at the start of the 4th. Pitch back. Rakowski cuts to the left 10. Inside the 5. And is he in? Yep, he's in for the touchdown. He made it in. Got around the corner on the left side and takes it in from 13 yards out. 11:52 to go in the ball game, and it's now Wyndmere-Lidgerwood 26, Mayport CG 22. So on the first play in the 4th quarter, Mayport CG scores. It's a 13-yard run by Chad Rakowski. Patriots talk it over here, and it looks like they are going to want to go for 2. So they will go for 2 for the first time. Flayton wide right. Broughton wide left. I formation. Man in motion left side. Ooh, we got a penalty here coming up. And as the Patriots were going to snap, Blayton was right up against Lorenz as he was not far enough in motion. So now this is going to back it up to the 8 on the 2-point attempt. So false start on Mayport CG. Patriots will try it again. Up to the line here, I formation, 2 receivers. Blayton in motion left side, and Lorenz under pressure throws it away toward the end zone, incomplete. And he just couldn't get a good enough throw off. He was under pressure right away. And I think it was John Nelson that was after him. But Patriots do score, but now by missing the 2-point conversion, they trail by more than a field goal. 11:52 to go in the ball game. It's Wyndmere-Lidgerwood 26, Mayport CG 22. The kickoff in 30 seconds. Well, Mayport CG completes the drive of 56 yards. Chad Rakowski with a 13-yard run for the touchdown. 2-point attempt, no good. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood leads by more than a field goal. It's 26-22. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood with the lead, 11:52 to play in this one. Dale with the kick, and here we go again. It's out of bounds. The Patriots have kicked it out for the second time, and I think they've kicked it out every game or pretty darn close to it. And they want a re-kick. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood elects for a re-kick by Mayport CG. And why not? They already returned one for 100 yards for a touchdown in the first half. So 5-yard penalty on Mayport CG on the kick going out of bounds. I was talking about it up here, and yeah, Mayport CG has double the total offense of Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, but Wyndmere-Lidgerwood's come up with the bigger plays, at least so far. It's a 4-point lead for the Warriors. Here's a kick again. It's a low one, bounces off the player, now picked up at the 30, 35, up to the 40. I believe it's McKay on the run on that return. Yeah, it's Chris McKay that returns it. And they do end up with better field position than they would have had if they would have settled for the 35. So both teams go that route, and it works out both times. Ball at the 42 for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood here. We're in the fourth quarter, 11:47 to go. And we're trying to get you another score here. Here we go. Cavalier has a 28-0 lead on Steele Dawson, Tuttle, Tappan, Pettibone. So Cavaliers up 28-0. Winner of this game meets very likely Cavalier up in Cavalier, it looks like. Patriots already met once. Ooh, there should be a face mask on the Patriots. There's a flag. So we will have a face mask on Mayport CG.
Justin Metcalf with the carry. Tackled by Josh Park. Face mask.
It was Justin Metcalf with the carry. Ooh, they're going to call it the personal foul face mask. 15-yarder. So that's going to be an automatic first down. That's big right there. I didn't catch exactly who grabbed the mask on the Patriot team, but they grabbed it and they turned the helmet. Personal foul face mask. So that's a big penalty right there on the Patriots. First down, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, now at the Patriot 45. That was an unnecessary penalty right there. And fake handoff, and a pass as he was knocked down. Incomplete. Keenan threw it to the left side. He got wrapped up, and Brady Broughton maybe had a shot at picking it off, but he slipped and fell. So it ended up going incomplete to nobody. And for the quarterback, Keenan, he's now 6 for 8 passing. 32 yards and a touchdown. Warriors get up to the line here. Football's at the Patriot 45. 2nd and 10. Go 2 receivers set up in the I. Keenan under center. Back to throw. Now quarterback draw to the 40, and David Fury will bring him down at the 40-yard line. Gain of 5 here for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. And again, it's Tyler Keenan, the quarterback, who the Patriots are having a tough time stopping when he takes off on his own. 51 yards on the ground, 12 carries unofficially. 3rd and 5 now for the Warriors at the Patriot 40. Patriots need a big stop right here. They need to get it to fourth down, and more than fourth than a yard or two. 4th and 5 wouldn't be bad. Pass the left side, and it's caught by Hoffert. He's brought down by Broughton at the 34, and that's the first down. That's just a quick pass from Keenan, and they get the first down out of it. It'll be a 6-yard completion. Keenan, 7 for 9 passing. Unofficially has 38 yards. First reception for Jake Hoffert. 1st and 10, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Ball at the Mayport CG 34-yard line, 10.5 minutes to go. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood leads by 4, 26-22. Big handoff, looking around, and the pass is incomplete as Josh Mark got in there to knock down the quarterback, Tyler Keenan. So Keenan's throw was low. It was intended up the middle for Cole Duncan. 2nd and 10. Ball at the Mayport CG 34-yard line as Wyndmere-Lidgerwood started this drive at their own 42, and they're now at the Patriot 34. Keenan 7 for 10 now passing-wise at quarterback. Hoffert wide to the left, and the receiver to the right side is Greg Hollebeck. High formation. Big handoff, back to throw, pass up the middle, picked off by Chad Rakowski. 20, 25, 30, down to the 35, and stopped just across the 35. Chad Rakowski picks it off. 10-12 to go in the ball game, and Mayport CG is going to have the football, trailing by 4. And now each team has had one turnover. Mayport CG turned it over back with about 6.5 minutes to go in the third quarter as Luke Lorenz was picked off by Jake Hoffert, and this time Chad Rakowski picks it off for Mayport CG. And the first interception by Tyler Keenan. 10-12 to go. Here in the fourth quarter, 26-22, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood with the lead. Mayport CG on offense at their own 37. 2 receivers here, I formation. Rakowski to tailback, and they'll hand it off to Rakowski as he pushes it up to about the 40. He's brought down the play by Seth Engberg. They'll be at the 40. 2nd and 7. Gain of about 3 by Chad Rakowski. 18 carries, 128 yards. So 2nd and 7 here at the 40 of the Patriots. Pitch back, Rakowski nearly got tripped up, breaks 3:45 midfield, and runs into his own man, pushes to the left, and gets across the 45. First down, Mayport CG. Chad Rakowski, a man on a mission in this one, it looks like. He's had some big runs, and he gets another one right there. Football will be at the 43 of Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. 17-yard carry. It's 145 yards on the ground for Rakowski on 19 carries of the football. First and 10, Patriots. They're at the 43 of the Warriors. 3 men in the eye, 3 in the backfield, rather. Handed off Rakowski, the tailback, trying to push ahead, and on forward progress only gets a yard or so. John Nelson with the stop. So they will give him a yard. That's the 20th carry by Rakowski, up to 146 yards. If they give him the ball again, I got a feeling that the Warriors might be able to stop him on this one because they keep giving him the ball. It hasn't been going to anyone else. Not on this drive. 2nd and 9. 2 receivers, 3 in the backfield. I formation. Lorenz under center. Pitches it back for David Peary. Trying to find some room. Gets down to the 40. Pushing ahead in the crowd as he dives ahead and is knocked out of play at about the 36. And now they back it up to about the 37. Initially, it looked like 36, be the 37. 5 yards gained by David Peary. Second time that he's been given the ball on the ground. He has 8 yards on 2 carries. 8:21 to go in the ball game. Warriors by 4. Patriots driving. 3rd down and about 4. Ball is at the 37 of Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. In the backfield here, and they go to the counter play. Fury. He's got a first down and more, down to the 30, and gets inside the 30-yard line. And he's brought down the play by Chris McKay. See where they set it down. It'll be around the 28-yard line. 9-yard carry. So it's now 1st and 10 at the 28 of Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Patriots about 28 yards from the end zone. If they can get a touchdown, that would give them the lead. There's still plenty of time to go for either of these teams to pick up a score. Just under 8 minutes to go. 26-22, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Handed off up the middle, and Baldock breaks free, but now we have a flag. He gets inside the 10-5, in for the touchdown, but there is a flag back at the line of scrimmage. There is a flag. Baldock broke free, and then the flag came up. So hold on, but Luke Lorenz looks like he's celebrating a touchdown, so we'll see what this is all about. Again, the flag came right as Baldock broke free and took it all the way in. Face mask on Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. They're going to wave it off. Mayport CG gets the touchdown. 28 yards out, Ryan Baldock. Mayport CG 28, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood 26, 7:42 to go in the fourth quarter. Baldock got held up for maybe the first yard, and then he was gone. He was gone quick from about 28. Ross Olson will try to get the extra point and give him a 3-point lead. There's the snap. The kick is up, and a little wobbly, but it's good. 29-26. Mayport CG is on a 13-0 run. 7:42 to go in the ballgame. We'll kick it off here in 30 seconds. Well, Mayport CG completes the drive of 63 yards, 28-yard run by Ryan Baldock for the touchdown, and then the extra point was kicked in by Ross Olson. Mayport CG is now on a 13-0 run, and they lead 29-26 over Wyndmere-Lidgerwood with 7:42 to go in the fourth quarter. Troy Dale will kick it away for the Patriots. This is a low squib kick, bounced off a couple of players, now picked up at the 35-yard line by Duncan. Gets up to the 40, and he's brought down. Ryan Baldock put the first hit on him, but then to complete the job, he's brought down by Ross Tickerson. This has been a heck of a ball game. Mayport CG by far has led in the total offensive part of things, but Wyndmere-Lidgerwood with some key plays and a 100-yard kickoff return touchdown in the end of the first half. But the Patriots now on a 13-0 run. Mayport CG will take a timeout here. 7:36 to go in the ball game. Patriots by 3. We'll be back in a minute. Patriots took the timeout. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood on offense on the first play, and it's handed off. Dusty Bosberg back to the line of scrimmage. Brought down by Talon Early. And it looks to be no gain on the play. 2nd and 10, ball at the 40-yard line for the Warriors. Mayport CG leads for the first time here in the second half. They're up 29-26. Patriots on a 13-0 run after it was a 10-point lead by Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. 2nd and 10, 4 receivers again. Keenan looks around, trying to find an opening. Deep pass to the right side as he's hit, and it's caught. That was in and out of the hands of Greg Hollebuck. The Patriots had about a 4-on-1 on the guy, and he still caught it. What a catch by Greg Hollebuck. He was outnumbered 4-1 there on that play, and he makes the catch at the 30-yard line. That is a 30-yard reception. 8 for 11 now is Keenan, and Hollebuck 2 catches, 36 yards total, and a big 30-yard catch there. 1st and 10, and now the quarterback Keenan's wrapped up. Quarterback sack brought down by Darrell Call, and both times the quarterback Keenan's been sacked. It's been Darrell Call. And the ball will be at the 34. So a loss of 4 on the play. So 2 sacks of the quarterback, and Darrell Call has been the guy to get them both times. 2nd and 14 for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. And the ball is at the Patriot 34 with 6:10 to go. Patriots lead by 3. High formation, two receivers, fake handoff, Keenan, and he's knocked down. Another quarterback sack. Brought down this time by Talon Early. This is all the way back to the 42. Loss of 8. 2 consecutive quarterback sacks. Darrell Call and Talon Early. The ball way back to the 42 of the Patriots. 3rd and long. 3rd and about 22. 5.5 minutes to go. Patriots need to get a big stop here. Back to throw. Keenan, he's going to throw deep to the right side. Picked off by Luke Lorenz. And the Patriots are going to have it back, but it's going to be inside the 5-yard line. Luke Lorenz with the interception. Nope, they're going to mark it at about the 7-yard line. Luke Lorenz picks it off. 5:23 to go in the fourth quarter, and Mayport CG leading 29-26. They'll have the football at their own 7-yard line. What a ball game this has been. But now the Patriots are deep in their own territory, so they got to be careful. Second intercepted pass for the quarterback Keenan. Patriots deep in their own territory. They're going to go with the quarterback keeper here. Right back up the middle, Luke Lorenz. Trying to get an extra yard or two here and get a little bit further away from their own end zone. So now you got a couple different things to think about. They got to keep driving a few yards here and there, but they also don't want to use up, or they don't want to give the ball right back. They need to use up some clock. Kind of a fine line there on the clock management, whether you want to really move ahead or not. They do get a yard on this one. Ball at the 8. Patriots at their own 8 here. Hand it off, and they're going to get a big loss here. Jordan Flayton's brought down in the backfield, but it's going to be inside the 5 somewhere. So it's 3rd and about 13 to go. At the 5, loss of 3 on the play. So now the Patriots, they need a first down here. There's still plenty of time left. They really need the first down right here. 2 receivers on this one. Lorenz under center. And, we're going to have the whistle blown as the Patriots went to snap. And they stopped play. False start on Mayport CG, half the distance to the goal. And the Patriots are going to have the ball somewhere around the 2 or 3 yard line. Patriots pick up their 10th penalty of the game. We'll set the ball at about the 2.5. Back at their own 2 yard line. The Patriots need a first. 3rd and long. 2 receivers on this one. Pitch back to Rakowski, cuts the left side and gets across the 10. It will not be enough, though. It's going to be 4th down. And the Patriots are going to have to punt. 3.5 minutes to go on the clock rolling. Mayport CG leads Wyndmere-Lidgerwood 29-26. Kind of a mixed blessing that Luke Lorenz had picked off that pass. But when he picked it off, they were deep in their own territory. Ball's at about the 12-yard line. There's the snap, and Flayton gets the punt away. Hollebeck with the catch of the Patriot 45. Gets to the 40. 35, wrapped up around the 30. Good return by Greg Hollebeck, and it's going to be great field position for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood with 2:56 to go in the ball game. Ball is at the 30 of Mayport CG. So Wyndmere-Lidgerwood will take over here, 1st and 10. Warriors can tie with a field goal, take the lead with a touchdown, and they have plenty of time to do it. 30 yards from the end zone, 2:56 to go. And on first down, the quarterback takes it himself on the quarterback sneak. Try to get him a few yards here. And again, the Patriots just have trouble stopping that quarterback. He gains 3 more yards. Although on the last drive, the Patriots sacked him twice in a row. Keating's kept it 15 times for a positive 42 yards. Again, last we heard, up north, Cavalier led 28-0 in their playoff game. Winner of this will go to Cavalier a week from today in the quarterfinals. Keating being chased as he takes on the right side. 25, leaps over a man, and he's brought down inside the 20. And it should be a first down. David Fury brought him down. Also Josh Mark. Off the 20, it's a first down. So Keating has kept it 16 times today for 49 yards. Keenan's a very versatile quarterback. He's thrown well, except for his 2 interceptions in the second half. He does have a touchdown in the air as well. Keating now takes on the left side, and he'll get pushed down in a crowd. Kevin Gershevsky got in there, wrapped up the legs, and then David Fury brings him down. Gain of 1. 2nd and 9. Ball at the 19 of the Patriots. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, 19 yards in the end zone. Patriots up by 3. Minute 33 to go. So it's 2nd and 9. Warriors 19 yards from scoring. Keating to the right side. And he gets through the hole to the 15. Breaks free. Dives ahead. And he's brought down near a first down. Again, Mayport CG is having a lot of trouble getting to Keating. The line's been holding up here. Luke Lorenz brought him down. Ball is at the, about the 12. So it's 3rd and about 3. The quarterback keeps it again. And I think they've got the first down. With 45 seconds to go, first down, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. And we have a timeout here. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood will use their last timeout. Football will be at the 4-yard line. Last timeout for the Warriors, 45 seconds to go. We'll come back in 30 seconds. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood is now out of timeouts with 44.9 seconds to go in regulation. Mayport CG has the lead 29-26. Patriots are on a 13-0 run, but Wyndmere-Lidgerwood has the ball. 1st and goal at the 4. So here we go. 1st and goal, 4-yard line. Receiver on each side of the field, I formation. Keating, the quarterback, has run the ball several times in a row, and the Patriots can't stop him. Expect him to get it again. Quarterback keeper it is. Spins around the one defender that would have had him back at the line of scrimmage, and he gains a yard.
Tackled by the front line of the Patriots.
They're going to go no huddle. They have no timeouts. They got to do it. 2nd and goal at the 3. Keating takes it again. He's brought down short of the goal line by Jordan Flayton. 22 seconds to go. This is going to be it. If they score, they're going to win. If the Patriots stop them, that's it. Ball is at about the 2. 3rd and goal. 13 seconds to go. Keenan slipped. He didn't get it. 4th down. 8 seconds to go. They got to get up to the line. Clock down to 5. 4 seconds. They got to get up to the line. Keenan set up here. Quarterback sneak. Are they in? They got the touchdown with no time left. Oh, my God. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood beats the Patriots at 0 on a 1-yard quarterback keeper by Keating. The Patriots couldn't stop him. That's the story of the day. The Patriots couldn't stop the quarterback. Final score, Culligan Water of Hillsborough scoreboard. This is the best game I've seen all year, 32-29. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood with the lead. They got a tall task ahead of them, though, as they go to Cavalier. For the Patriots, what an effort. Tip of the cap to them. Mayport CG played a heck of a ball game with these guys, and Wyndmere-Lidgerwood wins it I think they got the snap off at 1. If that, it might have been less than a second. They got the snap off on 4th and goal at the 1-yard line, and they win it. And Wyndmere-Lidgerwood with a final score here. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood 32, Mayport CG 29. And we'll try to digest all of this during the break, and we'll bring you the numbers of the postgame report on KMAV and KQLX in 2 minutes. Final score, and what an ending it was as Wyndmere-Lidgerwood defeats Mayport CG this afternoon 32-29 in, without a doubt, the best game I've seen all year long. Both teams gave it their all. Mayport CG played a heck of a ball game, and Wyndmere-Lidgerwood came back to beat them at the end. In the first half, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood would not score. They would punt it away. Mayport CG would start at their own 37-yard line. They would complete a 63-yard drive. They would not get all the way for the touchdown, and they got very close. Ryan Baldock had a big run of 18 yards, is out of play at the 4. He dove into the end zone. One official ruled a touchdown, but then another one said no, he was out at the 4. Ultimately, the Patriots had to kick a field goal. Ross Olson kicks it up and in from 22 yards. 3-0, Mayport CG, 2:34 to go first quarter. Neither team would score again in the first, but in the second, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood on their third drive, starting at their own 36, they would score. It would be a 64-yard drive, and it was capped off by a 3-yard run by Tyler Keenan for the touchdown. Taylor Johnson tacks on the extra point, 7-3, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood with the lead with 9:10 to go in the first half. Mayport CG then would get the ball on the ensuing kick. It was their third drive of the game, and they started at their own 43-yard line. The Patriots would drive 57 yards. They would get the touchdown on a 1-yard quarterback keeper by Luke Lorenz. Ross Olson with the extra point. The Patriots went up 10-7, 6:56 to go in the first half. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, they would get the ball, and they would then score again. They started at their own 35. It was a 65-yard drive for the Warriors. Tyler Keenan from a yard out would run it in on the quarterback sneak. Taylor Johnson with the extra point, and Wyndmere-Lidgerwood led 14-10 with 1:22 to go in the first half. Mayport CG would then get the ball, and they would have started back at their own 29-yard line, but there was a penalty, 15-yard penalty on Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. It was a punch to the head on the return, so the Patriots would start at their own 44. And they had 1:22 on the clock, and it wouldn't take very long. In fact, a half minute is all it took on the drive. It ended up being a 56-yard drive, and there was 2 plays on the drive. That was it. Chad Rakowski ran for 28 yards, and then no huddle, and the Patriots completed a 28-yard pass from Luke Lorenz to Brady Broughton. That pass caught him while he was running in the end zone, right in stride. It was a great pass and a great catch. The extra point was blocked, and with 51.5 seconds to go in the first half, Mayport CG led 16-14. So if you're the Patriots, you have to stop them here in the last 51.5 seconds, and they couldn't do it. Patriots kick it off. Greg Hollenbeck took the football at their own goal line on the kickoff return, and guess what? He ran it up the left side along the sideline all the way for a 100-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. 2-point attempt was no good by Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. 34.5 seconds to go in the first half, and it was now Wyndmere-Lidgerwood up 20-16. That would be the halftime score. So the Patriots, very close to being up at the half, ended up being down by 4. In the second half, Mayport CG had the football on their second drive, and as they were driving up the field, the pass was intercepted by Jake Hoppert at midfield, and he would return it 28 yards down to the 22-yard line. That was with 6:20 to go in the third quarter. So Wyndmere-Lidgerwood with the football at the Patriot 22, a shortened field, and they did score. 6 yards on the pass from Tyler Keenan to Greg Hollenbeck, and then the extra point kick was short, well short as it just rolled on the ground. So with 4:09 to go in the third quarter, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood had a 10-point lead at 26-16. Mayport CG would then make a run of their own as they would go 13-0 after being down by 10. Patriots on their third drive of the second half, they would start at their own 44-yard line and drove 56 yards for the touchdown, as they would get a 13-yard touchdown run by Chad Rakowski. 2-point attempt was no good. Patriots were down 4 at that point. It was 26-22. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood with the lead, 11:52 to go in the fourth quarter. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood would get the football back at their own 42-yard line, and they would get picked off. Chad Rakowski with the interception. With 10:12 to go in the fourth quarter, Patriots had the football at their own 37. Patriots would bring the ball up the field 63 yards, and they would take the lead. Ryan Baldock with a 28-yard run as he broke free at the line of scrimmage and took off up the middle for the touchdown. And then Ross Olson with the extra point. So Mayport CG now on a 13-0 run. The Patriots led 29-26 with 7:42 to go. This is where things become some key points here. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood with the football, and this would be their fourth drive of the second half. They had the ball at their own 40. They would drive up the field. Looked like they're in good shape to take the lead. And this would be a key play. Luke Lorenz gets the interception with 5:23 to go in the ball game. But the key is, okay, Lorenz picks it off, but the problem was that where he was at when he picked it off, they were inside the 10-yard line. And unfortunately, Mayport CG, while they had to try to run some clock, they also needed to get a first down. They could not get the first down. They started at their own 7. So they got the interception. They wanted that, but then they could not bring the ball up enough. So when they went to punt it away, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood was going to have good field position, and that's exactly what they had, is they would have the football at the Patriot 30. So they only needed to go up 30 yards with under 2 minutes to go. And Wyndmere-Lidgerwood would continue to bring the ball up. Tyler Keenan, the quarterback. The Patriots just could not stop him as he would just run around, and he'd quarterback sneak. He'd go back and then go forward for a quarterback draw. He'd bring it around the left or right side and turn the corner. All game long, the quarterback, Tyler Keenan, was just too much for the Patriots to handle. And give credit also to the offensive line of Wyndmere-Lidgerwood in this one. Keenan continually kept running the ball on this 30-yard drive to end the ball game, and I got it down to the 4-yard line with 44.9 seconds to go. And that's when Wyndmere-Lidgerwood used their final timeout. So they're out of timeouts, and they know that if they can't get into the end zone and they can't get out of bounds, that they have to go for the next play with a no-huddle. So Wyndmere-Lidgerwood was set up with that frame of mind. And on the first and goal at the 4-yard line, Keenan, again, the quarterback sneak, gains a yard, down to the 3. Now it's second and goal, and he gets another yard. So it goes to third and goal at the 2, gets one more. Now fourth down and goal at the 1-yard line. The clock was still rolling from 44.9 seconds to go to about a second to go. They got the snap, and it goes in for a 1-yard touchdown as time expires. What an ending it was, and Mayport CG takes a big blow with the defeat, but they played a heck of a ball game, and Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, they had the clock on their side. If the clock had 1 or 2 less seconds on it, they would not have scored, and the Patriots would be going to Cavalier. But nonetheless, congratulations to both teams on great seasons. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood with the win at the end, 32-29 over Mayport CG. 32-29, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood with the win over Mayport CG as they win with a 1-yard quarterback keeper as time expires out of the no-huddle. What an ending and what a ball game this one ended up to be. I think a lot of us knew it was going to be a close game, but maybe not that close. And it really is a difference of 1 or 2 seconds on the clock in this one. So Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, they'll be going up to Cavalier a week from today in the quarterfinals of the Class A football playoffs. Take a look at the individual and team totals, and first off, let's take a look at the team numbers, and you're going to see there's a big difference here. Rushing with the football, Mayport CG ran 266 yards. They passed for 35. Total offense 301. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood 116 rushing, and they passed for 68. Total offense of 184. The same can be said about the first half. At halftime, Mayport CG had about a 59-yard advantage in total offense, and at the end of the game, Mayport CG with 115 yards more offense than Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. Mayport CG 301, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood 184 in total offense. But Wyndmere-Lidgerwood came up with the big plays that made the difference, including that 100-yard kickoff return for the touchdown by Greg Hollowbrook. That is, you could take your pick. That could be the play of the game, or also that Tyler Keating got in the end zone as there was no time on the clock in the ball game. You take your pick on that. Either one of those is the play of the game, and they were both big plays for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood. So individually for Mayport CG, here are the rushing stats. Chad Rakowski, 21 carries, 154 yards, including a touchdown run of 13. David Fury carried it 3 times, 17 yards. Luke Lorenz, the quarterback, kept it 5 times for 14 yards, and he had a touchdown run of a yard. Jordan Flayton, 4 carries, 32 yards. Ryan Baldock, 5 carries, 49 yards, including a touchdown from 28. Passing game for the Patriots. Luke Lorenz, the quarterback, 4 for 12. He did have a touchdown. He also had an interception. Lorenz with a 28-yard touchdown throw. And again, he also had an interception in the second half. David Fury on a trick play threw one pass, and it was incomplete. Receiving numbers from Mayport CG. Brady Broughton caught a pass, 28 yards for a touchdown. Caught that one in stride late in the first half. Chad Rakowski caught a pass for 7 yards. Ryan Baldock, 2 catches for 7 yards as well. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood here, their rushing numbers for the ball game. Chris McKay averaged 3 yards a carry, 11 carries, 33 yards. Tyler Keenan, the quarterback, and he had some big runs in this one, especially down at the end. Tyler Keenan, the quarterback, 69 yards on the ground on 23 carries. So he averaged 3 yards a carry. He finished with 3 rushing touchdowns, a 3-yard, 1 yard, and 1 yard. He was also sacked 3 times in this game. Greg Hollebuck, 2 carries for a -5. Dusty Vosberg, 6 carries for 20 yards. And Tyson Skillings had a carry for a -1. For Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, with their passing attack, Tyler Keenan, the quarterback, 8 for 13 passing, 68 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions. Receiving for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, Jake Hopper caught a pass for 6 yards. Cole Duncan a catch for 1 yard. Greg Hollebuck caught 2 passes, a 6-yard touchdown, and then a 30-yard reception. Chris McKay, 2 catches for 5 yards, and Dusty Vosberg caught 2 passes for 20 yards. Again, Mayport CG at 301 yards total offense. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood only 184. But Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, with a couple of key plays in this game, pick up the win at the end. And it was down to the last second, 32-29. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood with the win over Mayport CG, your final for today. We will come back and wrap things up here on KMAV and KQLX in 1 minute. Again, the final score in a game that came down to the very end, down to the last second. Tyler Keenan with that 1-yard quarterback sneak as time expired. And Wyndmere-Lidgerwood with the win today, 32-29 over Mayport CG. Mayport CG with the loss ends their year at 4-5. And Wyndmere-Lidgerwood with the win. They're now 7-2 on the year, and they'll be going up to Cavalier a week from today in what's going to be a tall order for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood as Cavalier continues that unbeaten streak as they're in their going for their 4th straight undefeated state championship. Our player of the game selections for Mayport CG, we could go a few different ways. I want to do one player of the game and an honorable mention. I think honorable mention would go to Luke Lorenz, who had a great game at quarterback, had a touchdown interception, also picked off a pass late. But I think our player of the game definitely should go out to Chad Rakowski, who had possibly what you call a career game. He had a touchdown on the ground, 21 carries, 154 yards, picked off a pass, had some big plays, and it was just all over the place. Chad Rakowski for the Patriots. For Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, we'll go with co-players of the game. Tyler Keenan, the quarterback. Patriots couldn't stop him. That was the story of the day. They just couldn't stop the quarterback, Keenan. And he was the difference maker. He scores 3 touchdowns on the ground, and he scores when his time expires. So Tyler Keenan, the quarterback, and also for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, Greg Hollebuck. He had, if you don't consider that play at the very end, the play of the game, then Hollebuck's return at the end of the first half would be the play of the game as he returned the kickoff for 100 yards for the touchdown. So our player of the game selections again for Wyndmere-Lidgerwood, Tyler Keenan, Greg Hollebuck, and for Mayport CG, Chad Rakowski. Again, the final 32-29. Wyndmere-Lidgerwood with the win as time expires as they oust Mayport CG from the playoffs. In 9-man football playoff action today, it was Napoleon Gackle-Streeter eliminating Hillsboro from the playoffs 26-18. That was a game that was 20-0 at one point, and then Hillsboro climbed their way back. But Hillsboro's season is done. They lose 26-18 to Napoleon Gackle-Streeter in the 9-man playoffs. Again here, in the opening round of the Class A football playoffs, Wyndmere-Lidgerwood defeats Mayport CG 32-29. Well, that'll do it for our coverage. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a heck of a ball game here in Wyndmere, that's for sure. Our engineers back at the KMAV studios is Jason, and also Chris back at the KQLX studios. From Wyndmere for KMAV and KQLX, I'm Craig Keating. Good afternoon.